choices, standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important. Rap game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will lead up. All my life I strive for greatness. I'm manifesting my time with patience. People trying to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the back. So I give a voice to those people who would never.
Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. I told you I'd be back today. It is 1/5/2024. This is not no robotic AI live. We are jumping into some true crime topic here. Savanah Soto in Texas. Crazy cases. I've been checking it out. What's going on, Black Cat? Welcome. Thank you, Michelle Mouse, for the 12 months of being in the Rev Gang family. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and love you. Woo! Heat it up, baby. As you are coming in, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your notes, grab everything, right? This case is crazy. This case is insane. Let's keep going. What's going on? Congrats. Lollipop said congrats. Congrats, Mimo. What's going on, Delana? Welcome. JB in the building. Midwest in the building. I see you guys. Glitter. Who made this? We love it. Rev Gang strong, baby. Rev Gang strong. We love it. Let's go. What's going on, Alicia? Welcome. Make sure you guys get your tea, get your drinks. It's Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. Zone your pride. What is going on? Nice to see you, Alicia, my sister in the building. What is going on? Nice to see you, Angelica. Michelle Mouse. Yay, me. What's going on, Bayou Babe? Bayou Babe in the building. Cookie in the building. Cookie Monster. The Cookie Monster in the building. What's going on, girl? Shout out to the Cookie Monster. Ashley, Jeep Girl. She said, I got a notice. Yeah. You finally got a notice? Thank God. What's going on, Pin a Rose on your nose? Nice to see you. Happy Friday to you. Brandy, Janine, Zoe, Donnie.
Bing bang. Oh my God.
This case is crazy, though. It's very sad. And from what I'm looking, just from what I was looking at in general, which I'll give you the brief rundown for people who do not know about this case. I specifically didn't know about it. I learned about it from Leisure Chick, JLR, and a few other people. But first, I've heard it from Leisure Chick. She's the one who told me. She's one of my mods, admins of Discord. Very great person. She was telling me about the Savanah Soto case, and I wasn't really digging into it, but today it grabbed my attention. So here we are, right? So pregnant teen Savanah Soto and boyfriend may have been killed in drug deal gone awry. That's what it's saying here. So it says new details of the investigation into the murders of pregnant teenager Savanah Soto and her boyfriend revealed that a pair may have been shot during a drug deal. Now it says Christopher Picado, maybe that's how you say his name, 19, was arrested on Wednesday in Bexar County, Texas, on charges of capital murder in the deaths of Soto, 18, and her boyfriend Matthew Guerrera. I think that's how you say it, Guerrera, 22. The suspected killer's father, Ramon, so the father's the guy here, right? So the suspected killer's father, Ramon, 53, he was 53 years old, was also arrested for abuse of a corpse for allegedly helping his son move the bodies. It is now believed that Soto and Guerrera were killed on the 21st of December, and then the father and the son worked together to conceal the bodies in Guerrera's vehicle, according to an arrest affidavit obtained by KSAT. Now it says Soto, who was heavily pregnant with the boy to be named Fabian, was reported missing along with Guerrera on the 23rd of December. Now it says Soto's family told police she was supposed to be getting induced for the birth of her child the following day. Now it says the couple were ultimately found dead on the 26th of December. Now let's break into that. The mystery that led to the deaths of the couple is slowly being unraveled. Now, with a possible connection to a narcotics-related deal that went bad, as described by Police Sergeant Washington Moscoso, he said, according to NBC News, once taken in for questioning, Christopher told authorities that Matthew Guerrera and Savanah Soto drove to his residence on Charlie Chan Drive to sell him marijuana. Now, wow, was that worth marijuana? Hold up, let's keep going, right? So Guerrera's alleged involvement with drugs was known to authorities, as the families of the victims also told police that he sold narcotics over the phone and using social media, the affidavit said. They also advised them that people wanted to rob the boyfriend, Guerrero, and it was stated that the boyfriend had been shot at before. However, investigators believe Christopher's tale of events was inconsistent with gunshot wounds both Guerrero and Soto suffered. According to the investigators, on 26th of December, authorities found Guerrero's Kia Optima after a resident. What does it say? After a resident on Danny K Drive reported it. Okay, I see. So somebody reported the vehicle missing, or reported the vehicle that they seen this vehicle. It says, as the police approached, they allegedly found Soto and Guerrero dead in the car, the pregnant teen sitting in the front right passenger seat with trauma to her head, and Guerrero in the back seat with a gunshot wound to his head, the affidavit from the outlet said. Now, it is alleged that Guerrero was dragged inside of the vehicle. Christopher told police the male victim. Guerrero pointed a gun at him, and he accidentally shot Soto while manipulating the weapon away. He claimed the same thing then happened again, where he manipulated the weapon being pointed at him, resulting in Guerrero being shot, the affidavit said. Man, shit got sticky in a situation where they drunk. What was going on, right? What was going on? Was it a drunk situation? Were they on drugs? What makes people pull out guns, right? Or a gun, what is drawing you to pull out a gun? We're going to jump into that. The authorities were not so convinced by this, according to the affidavit, as the gunshot wounds sustained by the victims were not consistent with Christopher's story. The affidavit said that Christopher intentionally discharged a firearm at the victims with the intention of causing death of the couple and unborn child. Now, the motive for the shooting has not been determined. The court documents also describe disturbing surveillance footage released by police last week, and then caught two men thought to be Ramon and reportedly Christopher on Danny K Drive, allegedly working to hide the vehicle with the two dead bodies inside. That's absolutely insane. Wow. Ramon later allegedly admitted to police that he drove his Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck to meet his son, who was driving the car with the deceased victims inside, and then leaving the car there in attempt to hide it. What? In the footage, a man alleged to be Ramon can be seen getting out, or he's actually being seen grabbing a towel from his car and appearing to wipe down the outside of the victim's vehicle door when he had touched it, the affidavit said. What are you hiding? Evidence? Obviously. Ramon admitted to helping his son. The affidavit described him as treating the corpses in an offensive manner by leaving them in an abandoned vehicle. He is not accused of taking part in the murders. Police found Christopher's residence by looking at the data on the victim's cell phones, on which they searched for address, and arrived at around 11:50 p.m. on the night they went missing. Now, I just wanted to read that report to you guys so everybody could get the 411 on this case. It is very insane. But Shelly said this case is so sad, and I wish this young pregnant girl wasn't a drug dealer. Zoe says, very, very sad case. Now, the drug dealing part, I want to dive more into that because I don't know much about it, right? Like I said, today is my first day actually diving into this case fully. I've peeked at it. I've seen a couple clips on it, but I have not, dove into it. Let's see. Thanks, man. What's going on? Donnie Bing Bong.
Bing bong.
Let me go down a little bit because I just read a lot and I know there was a lot of comments and I missed them. Let me go down. Here we go. You said my dad would be like, Sugar, you fucked up. Oh, wow. I think, why do I keep, every time I click, it's Michelle Mouse. Hold up. Allegedly self-defense? No way. So, the father, it sounds like that father was in a shitty position, right? The father was in, did the son, wow, this is just mind-boggling. So the father was in like a position between the son and the daughter and helped cover. That's just insane to me. Why not have him go turn himself in? At someone's resident is odd for a dealer to meet. Now, this is his brother right here, right? I was looking around for different things. I was able to find his brother. Now, his brother was going live, I think, on TikTok or maybe a different app or whatever. Let's check it out.
That's mainly it. So if you're new to my life, this is the jacket I got and remembrance of my brother. Let me get closer for y'all.
So this is her.
He was taller than me, but I'm the oldest. But Matthew was always taller than me. Matthew was like 6'3", 6'2", on 5'11". But yeah, look.
Okay. Okay, that's his brother. I guess he's not really saying anything, but that's Savanah Soto's boyfriend's brother, right? What's going on, Didi? Welcome. Nice to see you. Kim House says, don't these idiots know there are cameras pretty much everywhere? I don't think they understand, Kim. Kim, I really don't think they understand. That's the first thing that I jump to on any new murder investigation or case that comes. It's like cameras. That's the first thing you think about is cameras, right? Cameras, cameras, cameras. Now, Care Bear 731 says, hi, who Christopher think he was? Ain't no weapon. He did all that. He drew the weapon on Savanah first, then did the rest of his evil act. Just bullshit, says Care Bear 731. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us, Care Bear. We appreciate it. Cindy says, I can't understand no matter what the circumstances. How someone could kill a full-term baby and the mother carrying the baby?
Oh my God. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
It's sure right. It sure ain't right. Pin a rose on your nose says the boyfriend Matthew flaunted money. Absolutely, I've seen it. And I can relate with that. I had a past like that where I've was in the streets and dealing with money. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not the path that you want to go down, because you know what that path leads to? It leads to what happens? Death, right? And rest in peace to this young man, because, you know, I feel like maybe, some people are led down different paths and don't have father figures and mother figures and people around to actually help them. And that's where a lot of us fell at. And a lot of us that grow up like that don't figure that out till later, right? So I feel bad for that the man didn't learn, anything. I mean, it's being so young, you're living your life. I was living my life at his age. You know what I mean? Yay, we're live. Lady P says. Now this is the brother again. Let's see what he says.
22 years old, doing bigger things than a 30-year-old man.
See what I'm saying? 22 years old. 22 years old, dead.
See, 22 years old, doing bigger things than a 30-year-old man. So y'all can hate on my brother all you want, but at the end of the day, my brother was getting money. Yeah, it wasn't the right way, but hey, you get money at the end of the day, you pay your bills, you take care of your family. That's all that matters.
What's going on, Carissa? Monarch, Suki.
I didn't always agree with his life choices, but my brother was a man who took care of his own. He didn't ask for no handouts. He didn't ask for no favors.
We could go back to this. Actually, you know what? Because that's true. And I got it right here. We have the presser that's right here that's on this case. Let me pause this. Right? There's our presser from today on this case. So for the people who haven't followed it, there has been an arrest. And here it goes right here.
They're going to cover up some of these mics here.
I'm going to open up the lines here shortly. If anybody does want to call in, I will have the lines wide open so you can call in. Because I'd love to hear I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on this case. Some people who have been following it and want to speak, and let me know. I'm going to open the lines up.
Thanks for
right after this video.
Thanks for showing up.
What's going on, Barbosa's? Nice to see you. Hello, T-REV mods.
I've asked
it's nice to see you too.
District Attorney Joe Gonzalez to be here today and make a few comments at the end of this briefing, and we'll make this short and sweet. I have most of the information I have here.
Big mistakes.
I think you've already been privy to. I do have a little bit of new information.
Hold on. So he said T-REV both were killed with the gun pressed to the head. Pretty hard to claim self-defense. Don Hagerman. Now, where did you see that at? Did it say it was pressed to their head? I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna if the father is going to face. Now, I'm curious. Let me put this in the chat, and I want to see, because I'm pretty sure the father's not charged with capital murder, right? I think it was just the brother, and he helped conceal. Do you think that the father later on will be, will he be charged with capital murder? Hold on, I'm going to put this in here. Will they charge the father with capital murder later in the case? Let's see. Yes. All right. Here we go. I got that pull up.
The information I'm going to give you.
What's going on, Texas?
I will
Is that
answer
Texas?
questions to
Texas
clarify,
Beach Bum?
but I'm not going to go into a lot of
going
detail
on?
about anything else, simply because this is an open investigation and we still have a lot of work to do. So again, my condolences to the families of Savanah and Matthew. By now, everybody's aware of the incidents, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time rehashing facts that are already known, but I will go over them high level. So in 12/26/23,
What's going on, Feminem? Nice to see you.
Our officers discovered 2 deceased individuals in a Kia Optima, and our homicide detectives at that point began their investigation right on that scene. Detectives learned that both victims were involved in the sale of narcotics and used their cell phones to conduct much of
Okay, so it's obviously that they were drug dealers. It's a fact. He just said it. And you know, them being drug dealers has not, I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't, the full story is crazy to me. Well, let's keep listening a little bit more, but that's insane.
to their business. Detectives collected the victims' phones, and with the help of the United States Secret Service, who were able to extract information that led to the development of a possible location of a suspect vehicle.
What's going on, Nina? Welcome. Mama Fee, welcome. Not long time no see.
Wednesday, 1/3/24. Detectives drove to that location and saw the suspect vehicle. They approached the home where the
We love you.
suspect
You smell
vehicle
jealous.
not
Keep your
where
head
it
up.
was, and they knocked on the door. An individual by the name of Ramon Preciado answered the door and seemed to know why.
Oh, my man said Matthew had burned at entry site, meaning gun was touching skin. Absolutely. The flame from the gun, right. So it was close enough to, I get it. Savanah's injury, the gun was a little further away, not touching the skin. Mountain Melody says, wow. Like I said, after this, I'm going to open the line. So if you have notes or anything that you want to talk about in this case, I just opened this up today. I've only looked at a few videos surrounding this case and read one article on it.
SAPD was there and cooperated with the investigation.
Sarge were both shot behind the ear.
Both Ramon and Christopher were home and brought to the SAPD homicide office for questioning. During the interviews, both suspects made enough statements to implicate them in the murder.
So it in the interview room, they clearly implicated them themselves right there. I mean, he gave it away with that. So
detectives walked warrants for their arrests. Christopher was arrested was arrested on the charge of capital murder. Ramon was arrested on the charge of abuse of a corpse.
Trish, what's going on? Welcome.
Yesterday, 1/4, more charges were filed. Christopher was also charged with abuse of a corpse, altering, destroying, or concealing evidence of a human corpse. Ramon was also charged with altering, destroying, concealing evidence, human corpse. Detectives also conducted a search warrant at the home of the suspects, where evidence was recovered. There is still an active investigation, and I'm not going to go into too much of the details, as I've previously said, because I don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the case or make the DA's job any harder once he gets involved in it. The final piece of information I have for you is that the gun believed to be the murder weapon has been recently recovered from the suspect's home. And we'll share that with you.
That's great. So they have the murder weapon.
Bing bang.
They have the murder weapon.
Finish him.
And Joe, would you like to say a few words?
I mean, how open and shut can you get when you have when you have the murder weapon? You have a confession. I'm just saying, how they gonna treat him in a Texas court? They got the weapon and they got a confession. So,
thank you, Chief.
What's going on, Ange?
Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank Chief McManus for inviting me to be a part of this press conference. And
Now, in guns, listen to me. Money to me here, right, would either be the motive or an argument over some type of transaction, allegedly, right? Was it an argument over a transaction allegedly? Is that what was going on? It appears to be premeditated with how quickly the crime and dumping of the car happened.
Bing bang.
Autumn Day 22 says, I think there is way more to this story. Whose gun was it? If it was Matthew's, then there's way more to this story otherwise. I think, or I'm sorry, to this story. Otherwise, I think they would, if got rid of the gun and done a way better job with this. So you think they should have did a better job of getting rid of this gun? I don't think that it would have mattered. Because I think that at the end of the day, CCTV probably would have wrapped this up without all that, right? CCTV probably would have wrapped this up and led them to where they needed to be. That's what they said.
And before I begin, I also want to
Matthew's gun was
extend
missing
my
from the car.
condolences to the Soto and Guerra families as they are in the midst of mourning. They are in the midst of grieving for the loss of their loved ones. So I think it would be appropriate for us to give them the respect
Definitely
that is due them,
premeditated.
during this period. But I do want to say that as I mentioned before, arrests were made. I was confident because I knew the kind of work.
Welcome, Sandy. By the way, I haven't seen you around, but nice to see you. Sandy McMaster says, I think they were unalived in the Kia near the house, or I think that they were murdered in the Kia near the house. Matthew would have gone into the garage, in my opinion. So you think that this happened in the garage? I've seen a few people say that so far. PJ, what's going on? Nice to see you. Just Matthew. Law enforcement hasn't said Savanah's wound. So they haven't talked about Savanah's wound, PJ. I'm getting confused because I haven't seen nothing about the wound as far as gut, like anything like that. So when I see people in chat talking about it, it's kind of throwing me off.
That happens over here. I know the kind of dedication that the San Antonio Police Department has. They would identify suspects and make arrests, and that's
Ring
exactly what
cameras,
happened.
neighborhood.
So I want to commend Chief McManus. I want to commend the entire command staff, and I especially want to call out the lead homicide detective for doing an
Oh, that's
outstanding job. I'm sure as typical, he may have had others assist him, but I know that his team was working around the clock, and it made a difference because we always want to formulate a suspect as soon as possible. We always want to identify someone who is a perpetrator of a crime as soon as possible, and that happened here. So again, my gratitude to the entire department and specifically to the detectives that were involved in this case.
So Arlene says there definitely was someone else in the truck and car, and if there is, right? Let's say there was. Let's just say there was, right? Somebody's gonna snitch. One of them's gonna tell. Why wouldn't they? I mean, this is betrayal on betrayal. Family members killing family members, daughters, and boyfriends, and crazy.
As I have said recently,
turn them noties
our
on.
job is
Nah,
just beginning,
but
we have to give SAPD time to
it's okay, Cassie.
complete their investigation. What they do.
Cassie, I didn't feel that great yesterday either when I was live, as far as energy wise. So it's okay. We all have bad days, including me. So me and you, we both had a bad day yesterday together.
When they and the term is walking a warrant, when they present an affidavit for an arrest warrant, they only need.
Hold up. Didi, Ohio girl says people say BK couldn't have done the 4 in that short amount of time. Yet Savanah and Matthew pulled up at 11:50 and were dropped off dead at 11:59.
Oh my God. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I know. So we got to jump into one. We got to think about this too, Didi. Gun versus K-bar, right? Gun versus K-bar knife. So I don't know. He's not dumping bodies though. So it kind of makes sense. What you're saying does make sense, Didi. It really does. So scene dropping off 11:50, 11:59. That's 9 minutes. Wow. and they have a confession and have the weapon.
Bing bang.
Donna says her youngest brother was recently gunned down too. I know. Actually, Donna, I was just looking at. She was standing in front of like the picture. You know what I mean? I know what you're talking about.
Present probable cause to a magistrate judge, but
Let me
that's
share this
only
live
the
to
beginning.
Twitter.
They have the responsibility to complete the investigation, and I know that they will do that.
And by the way, if you're here, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and share on any platform you're on. If you want to, I don't care. It's free 99 to smash the like button though.
Do
Let's
an
turn it up because I'm
outstanding
about to
job
open
as
up the
they
phone
have
lines, and I
done
want to
so
hear from you
far.
guys about
So
this.
let's give them the time to do what they need to do. We have 90 days to indict these cases, and so I am sure that they're going to get a prosecution guide, which is the term that we use for a complete file. I'm sure that they will get it to us in the appropriate time and before that 90-day timeline. Again, I want to commend everyone involved in the San Antonio Police Department for doing an outstanding job in identifying suspects and making arrests. Let's let the detectives complete their job.
There we go.
Let's let them file the cases in our office, and then we'll make the charging decision.
Well, I mean, there's going to be, Care Bear, from here on out, I think that there's going to be a lot of things that go on. First of all, whoever was connected, I don't know. This is how I'm looking at it, right? First of all, whoever was connected through whatever and whatever drug dealing is going on around there, they're definitely going to be chasing into that also on top of this, on top of the, capital murder case. Brandy Smith, there definitely was.
And we'll go from there. And again, I can't overestimate this.
He talks
in
about
order
it.
to bring justice to the memory of these two victims, and in order to bring justice to the survivors and the family members, it's going to be a long road, but we have to take things one step at a time. So let's do that. Let's let SAPD do their job, and then we'll need some time to review the facts and make those charging decisions. And once the case is indicted, then we'll go to the next step.
Thank you, Aries. I appreciate that.
Sure,
thank you, Aries. I appreciate the support to the channel. Thank you so much.
I will have questions about this. Let me get this out there right now. There have been questions about whether or not this will be something that we will seek the death penalty on. It's too early to tell. I don't know whether or not this is.
Hold on, Sean. So you heard the same thing? Sean says he heard. Sean goes, I hear that what the other person heard. Muzzle was touching Matt's head or close to it because you could see the burn, but her wood didn't have a burn, so muzzle wasn't touching head. All I've heard so far.
Something that we will make that decision. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Interesting.
As in every other case where we have a defendant who is death penalty eligible, we have a capital crimes committee.
Did he say capital? Not that matters, but
that will meet. That will make. We will
Bing
hear
bang.
a presentation from the lead prosecutor in the court where this case ends up, and then we will discuss the facts that go into making a decision to seek the
that's
death
kind of how I
penalty.
feel.
But again,
Glitter.
it is too early to tell. We don't want to put the cart before the horse. Let's wait till we get an entire case filed in our office. And once that happens, I anticipate that we will have indictments returned, but we have to wait and let a grand jury make that decision. But after that, then we will take it to the next level and make whatever decisions that we need to. Thank you very much.
Right. I'm with you on that. You smell jealous? I am with you on that. Like, that is crazy. You can help your son cover up your grandbaby. Wow. Baffled. I'm blown away by that. We live in an evil world where people are I mean, we see this all the time, but man, come on. Your own father is helping get rid of your body. That's the type of shit that we live around. And people wonder why people are live and and want justice and want to help out families. Did you know that there's people that have missing family members that don't even know where they're at and have nobody to even be a voice for them. I'm just saying, excuse me, by the way. Envision says, my friend was unalived in a matter of seconds with blade, probably 3 seconds while others watched. It does not take long when surprised. Sean says, oh shit, I didn't know that her brother was murdered too. Damn. Condolences to the families. Yeah, her brother was murdered a couple, I forget what it was, but I can pull it up. I have it right here, actually. Right? I'm gonna pull it up right here because I was just looking at what you guys are talking about in the chat, and it has it right here. Savannah, what happened to Ethan? Was it Ethan Soto? So what happened to Savanah Soto's brother, Ethan Soto? Video to family attacking brother's alleged killer in court surfaces. What's going on here? Says, good morning, family and friends. Today is the difficult day for my family, especially my son, Chach. His son, my grandson, Ethan, would have been 17 years today, but unfortunately, he's not with us to celebrate his day today or any other occasion due to gun violence that took Mijo's life. But he is in a better place, as we say, but it's still hard for all of us. He may be gone, but never will be forgotten. We miss him so very much. So just asking family and friends to say a little prayer for my son, Chach, so he knows he's not alone. We'll see each other one day, grandson. On the other side, thank you. Hope everyone has a blessed day. Now, this was posted by Rachel Soto a month ago, and they're saying that that's her brother. Wow. So his life was taken to gun violence. So they're living in an area where there's gun violence and obviously gang activity and things like things of that nature. That's what's going on there in Texas, huh? Okay. All
I'll
right.
take a few questions.
Donna says dad admitted.
For the gun that was recovered at the suspect's home.
Complex.
have you
Wow.
guys Done any tests, run ballistics on the gun to see if there's been any other connection to crimes?
I will
You
just
know what I got to say to that, Donna?
Get the fuck out of here!
That's crazy.
say that we believe it's the
That's
gun
crazy.
that was used in the murder. As far as the testing and the ballistic results go, I'm not sure what they have yet.
Chief, can you help clear something up on the surveillance video? We've had a lot of people reach out. It appears as if someone tosses the towel to Ramon Preciado
Yeah.
before he wipes down the door on the sedan. Is that how it played out? What can you tell us about that small part of the scene?
Yeah, that's something we're still looking into. It's something that's been brought up in conversation about this, so we're still looking into that.
That could potentially be a third.
Pepe says, keep up the great work. I love your honesty in reporting true crime, unlike the others that make up shit for views. I'm here to talk about the real topics surrounding the case. I'm not here to make up fantasy stories. I'm not here to line up a conspiracy with every case that comes here towards me. If it looks like a conspiracy, I'll say that, right? If I smell bullshit, I'll say that. For instance, Kylie Rodney, I smell bullshit. Some people don't, but I do. And it's just that way.
Suspect or someone that was
Appreciate
there
you,
while
Pepe.
the
Thank you for the
bodies
kind
were
words.
dropped off at the apartment.
As the investigation continues, it could be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it is possible.
If someone was there, if there was a second person in that truck, could they be charged with the same altering of a corpse or, essentially moving the bodies? Is that how the charge works?
They could be, but I mean, that's something that would be determined once the level of that person's involved.
What? Say what? Hold up. So Hollis says he was murdered for snitching, Ethan Soto. And sorry I keep pausing so much, but I'm catching beautiful comments by you guys in the comments that are talking about this case. I see that you guys have a lot of knowledge and have been watching this case. So he was murdered for snitching, Ethan Soto. I want to hear more about that. So somebody said 7 cartridges and the mom wanted to pay them and they still killed him. They still killed him and mom was going to pay. Wow. No words for that.
Involvement is understood.
There's no words for that.
Is the case at all?
We saw videos of police activity on the house of Dr. Seattle. The mom, are you questioning her?
I'm going to leave that question unanswered. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Penrose. I
everybody.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, can you go over the charges one more time on each one of them since they're updated?
Sure. So the additional charges that were filed were
Speeding this
for
up a little bit.
Ramon. Christopher was arrested on a capital murder charge. Ramon was arrested on a charge of abuse of a corpse. Yesterday, Christopher was also charged with abuse of a corpse. And he and Ramon were charged with altering, destroying, or concealing evidence.
As far as the capital murder charges, would it be 1, 2, or 3? You know about how many charges that Christopher will face? It involves all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me in 2024 or 2023, 2024, I mean, and even throughout all these years, we're still killing people over weed? Really? People are still out here killing people for marijuana. Make that make sense, because it doesn't to me. Not in the age we're in. I mean, I could see that 2015 when a lot of places it wasn't legal and people had bud and people wanted to rob each other, which is absolutely weird in my opinion, because if you just don't have the money, then you just don't have the money. Right? Crazy. I can't believe this is still going on. And this is why this, I don't know. Some states are still not legal. They're acting like marijuana is such a bad, like it's a bad drug or something, and it's not. It's not.
Okay, and any further questions you have, you might want to just refer to the affidavit, arrest affidavit. Okay.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you.
Claro que
Shout out to Cindy for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Looks like Nina got it. Thank you, Nina. Chen, welcome to the Rev Gang family. Grateful 7, welcome to the Rev Gang family. Melissa McNeely, welcome to the Rev Gang family. Chinlo, welcome to the Rev Gang family. J-Lo, I see you, J-Lo.
Que sí. Pues estamos aquí para hablar con respecto del caso que se trata de las víctimas
What's going on, Just Joe?
la
Welcome.
señora Soto y el señor Guerra, Savanah Soto y Matthew Guerra. Quiero decir que le agradezco mucho a los miembros de la policía del departamento de SAPD por el trabajo que han hecho, porque pudieron identificar sospechosos en este caso rápido, y es una cosa muy positiva para nosotros. Y hay un requisito que ellos tienen que presentarnos el expediente, ¿verdad? Los hechos del caso, para que nosotros podamos revisar esos detalles y luego hacer la decisión cómo vamos a cargar a esas personas formalmente con lo que se...
Jamie, I know. I know. They will kill over $1, and they've been doing it for a long time. So it's not that I'm surprised over that, but it's just the fact that, and it's always going to happen. It's always going to be an issue. It's never going to go away. Robbing and stealing and all that weird shit that people do now. It's never going to stop happening. It's never going to stop happening. We all have to come together to make that stop happening. And it's just hard to do that.
Se dice un indictment. Vamos a tener que esperar hasta que presenten todo. Más o menos se tiene que llevar de cabo antes de 90 días. Y después de ese tiempo vamos a presentar los hechos del caso ante un gran jurado. Y si podemos obtener el indictment o sea la acusación formal, entonces vamos a hacer decisiones de ahí en adelante, incluyendo la decisión si vamos a pedir la pena de muerte.
I don't know if that's the end, but hold on, I'll play the Spanish part.
Pero vamos a tener que seguir con mucho cuidado, ¿verdad? Y vamos a empezar con ese paso y luego vamos a hacer las decisiones.
In English, in reference to your office released a statement regarding the fact that under Texas law, an unborn child is considered a person when it comes to capital murder. Can you just reiterate that on camera?
Sure. Clearly, we have enough to charge Christopher Preciado with capital murder because we have 2 adult victims. But under Texas law, when an unborn child and
Happy New Year to you too, miss.
Whatever period of gestation that unborn child is considered a person under Texas law for purposes of including an unborn child as an additional count for capital murder. We have every intention, of course, the Chief of Commanders, actually, the sergeant made a comment that they intend to file 3 charges listing 3 victims. We have every intention of including the unborn child as an additional count for capital murder. But again, we'll have to wait and see when the case is filed. But that's correct. We can charge someone with additional count. While you're asking the question, let me clarify because it's already been asked. Why the father Ramon?
I seen you say that a couple times, Eastern girl. And was it about money? Was it screw weed, right? let's skip over the weed because for me, it doesn't feel like, I don't know, but then again, you never know what type of argument went down and made somebody, pull out their gun and do what they did, right? But to say in general, yeah, it could be possibly about maybe he just said, screw it, I'm tired of living this type of life. I want to take this. He's flexing this money all the time. So you know what? He just snapped and was like, or whatever. Who knows? You never know. I don't know. Because we don't know what his text messages were or any of the prior conversations that they had. We don't know that yet. So it's hard to really point out if it was more than that or not. But it is a good point to bring up. And I was thinking the same thing.
Preciado was not charged with capital murder. Someone can be charged with murder if that person is directly responsible because that person either intentionally or knowingly caused the death of the individual.
L. Harley says, you don't just kill two people and 4 minutes later are on the move with dads helping. Yeah, with dads helping ditching bodies. Something's not adding up here with the dad, L. Harley says. Thank you, L. Harley, for the support to the channel. And yeah, no, something's not adding up with the dad. And I think that possibly he may be charged with capital murder here in the future. And they talk about it in the presser.
Or that person can be charged with as a party to a murder. But under Texas law, the only way that someone can be charged as a party is that that person has to aid, assist, encourage, or abet the commission of the offense intended. As far as we know, there is no evidence to indicate that the father was involved in the murder. Now, that may change as this case develops. The detective is going to continue his investigation. If there's at some point some evidence that the father was in fact involved in the murder, then that can change. But I know there is a common conception that when someone is an accessory, in fact, that we can charge him, but he has to be more than an accessory. In fact, under Texas law, we have to be able to prove that he was a party to the offense. So again, for now, the only one that's being charged with capital murder is Christopher Preciado.
So the only one being charged with capital murder is Christopher. You heard that. All right, there it is right there. That wraps it up. That should wrap that up. I think that's the end. Yep. That's the end of that. So that was the presser from today and catches us all the way up, right? And this is again, if you had just came in and this is one of the brothers, or actually this is Matthew Guerrero's brother, which is Savanah Soto's boyfriend.
See, 22 years old, doing bigger things than a 30-year-old man. So y'all can hate on my brother all you want, but at the end of the day, my brother was getting money. Yeah, it wasn't the right way, but hey, you get money at the end of the day, you pay your bills, you take care of your family, that's all that matters.
Okay, I'm gonna open up the lines too. 219-885-9693.
I didn't always agree with his life choices, but my brother was a man.
You guys know how we go right around here, right? So I'm gonna open up the lines 219-885-9693. What are your thoughts and opinions or theories on what happened in this case? What went wrong here? 5 minutes. I'm gonna add a 5-minute clock for everybody that calls in. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this case. I want to hear the money. The money. Listen to me. The number is at the top. 219-885-9693. If you want to call in, make sure you call in. Let's keep listening.
Man who took care of his own. See, 22 years old, doing bigger. Hate on my brother all you.
All right, there we go.
Hate on my brother all you want, but at the end of the day, my brother was getting money. Yeah, it wasn't the right way, but hey, you get money at the end of the day, you pay your bills, you take care of your family. That's all that matters. I didn't always agree with his life choices, but my brother was a man who took care of his own. He didn't ask for no handouts. He didn't ask for no favors.
Yeah, you never know.
That lifestyle is hard to stop when you're, that fast life and stuff. It's hard to stop. But my brother,
refreshing the browser now. There we go.
As long as
it's working now.
Pay your bills, take care of your family. There's food on the table. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. As long as you're getting money at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
As long as you're getting money at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Now, I remember being a hustler, and I remember getting money in the streets, and I remember doing all that. And it's nothing. It's nothing but death or jail. death or jail. So get out now. If you're in the streets and you're making money in the streets and you think that shit's cool, it's not. You'll end up dead or in prison, just like the rest of them. You'll end up dead or in prison. Again, if you are selling drugs and hustling drugs and you think that you're going to peddle drugs around your whole entire life and make a living off of it, only 5 to 10% of people can get away with that. Good luck taking the 90% chance on rolling the dice with your life and being in and out of prison in the system your whole entire life. Because that's all that is. That's all that is, right? What's going on, Riddler? Welcome.
God is the only one. I put God and judge together. God is the only one who can judge us. So anyone on the internet, y'all can't judge a person based on the lifestyle he lived, because y'all didn't know him at all. He was a good, sweet-hearted person, so full of love, so full of.
I mean, he was 22 years old in the streets hustling. Dead or prison is always going to be that final answer to that question when you're heading down that road. It just is. Thank you, Suki. I appreciate that. Love it. But you said Chinlo says he is making excuses. Hold on, I was about to read that comment, but it disappeared on me. He is making excuses for a brother he beat up his girlfriend, kicked her head when she was unconscious.
My brother was full of love.
What?
Good energy. My brother was good, full of good energy. Always a good vibe. Always had a smile on his face. My brother was a good person. So I know at the end of the day, even after this life, people are still gonna come for my brother and call him a woman beater, call him an abuser, call him a womanizer. No, just call him a bunch of things. But at the end of the day, y'all did not know him and y'all did not know Savanah. Y'all are just going based off what y'all are reading. And that's fine.
Or boom.
Whatever. But Savanah loved my brother. She loved him so much in ways I can't even explain to y'all. So
hold on, there we go. I'll keep that one.
That's mainly it. So if you're new to my life, this is the jacket I got and remembrance of my brother.
What is he live on? What site is that? Because that's definitely nothing that I noticed. Or the fuck is he on? Does anybody know what platform that is? 512. I'm on with you. What's going on? Talk to me.
Hey, is this T-REV?
Yes, ma'am. What's going
This
on?
is my first time calling in.
It's okay. What's good? Talk to me now. What's going on?
Thanks for taking my call.
Oh,
no, I just wanted to add. Thanks for following this case. I've been following it since I heard about it. I'm in Austin, so I'm not too far from San Antonio. But on the 23rd of December, Christopher posted on his TikTok like a fat stack of money like spread out everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you look at all of his prior posts, it's nothing but gaming posts. So it's like he plays video games. I'm sorry?
So before the money was gaming, or was it together?
No, it's completely gaming posts.
Okay.
It's like he plays some games and he just like posts like the downloads or something. I don't know. It's really weird, all of his posts. But yeah, and then on 12/23, so 12/21 is apparently like the date that they were murdered, and then 2 days later he makes that one money post. So I'm thinking it was more of he knew he was gonna rob them from the jump.
So you think you knew off the bat?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because the timing, it took him 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And like the second thing that I was thinking about was, okay, whose gun was it? Was it his, or was it Matthew's? So I don't know. There's a lot of questions I have with the affidavit, and them not putting a lot of information out still, which it makes sense because I do think there's another person involved that threw the towel in the vehicle. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more that comes out in the following weeks.
Oh snap! I think in watching this and hearing the like with the father, right? That he's not being charged, but he helped, you know, try to cover this up, which is pretty weird. How would you try to help cover up your daughter's murder? Which is absolutely that just blows me away.
Yeah, that's another thing too. And I noticed that in the have you watched the surveillance footage whenever his truck met up with Matthew's car?
No, I haven't. Send it to me. I haven't seen it.
Okay. So actually, that was the only surveillance footage that the cops put out to everybody. And in the footage, it's Matthew's car. I believe it's roughly around like midnight, the day that they were murdered. And it's a black truck, Silverado, and it's really dark, so it's not super clear. But you can tell like this heavy-set guy gets out of the Silverado, and that's how they were basically able to pinpoint the vehicle. And then Savanah, I think they did like tracking onto Savannah's phone, and it led them to Christopher's address, and that's where that truck was parked outside of.
So that footage that you're talking about, I have it live on the screen right now for everybody to look at. You were talking about this specific. I want to say this is the footage. Hold up, let me get it back up. There it is. Maybe it'll take a second to come up for you because we're behind on the call, like maybe by 15 seconds. Great content.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, I think this is the one, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's
okay.
It.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see this. I didn't see this. I just started following it. I read one article and seen a couple videos that Leisure sent to me, which is one of my admins and mods. So she had sent it to me and I was checking it out, but I haven't dove into it until I really looked at JLR when he was live and stuff like that. So this is crazy.
Yeah, so they were talking about what the bigger guy was wearing when he got out of his vehicle, because they said most people, you know, whenever you're going to like a scene like that, they're saying that you would be prepared. You'd wear all black, you know, you wouldn't wear something that would stand out. So they're thinking Christopher called him in a panic saying, "Dad, I need your help." And he just like hopped out of bed. He was in a wife beater and, you know, not really clothing you'd go to a crime scene.
A lot of people are saying there's still a lot of misinfo out there. That's why I'm trying to catch up with the right info. We want to get the right info. So
yeah, in this, if you like right whenever he gets out of the truck, you can see there's like a white towel that's being thrown kind of like in his seat, but to him.
Wow.
So I think I might be on a delay, but it's whenever he reaches back into his truck, you can see a towel kind of like fly onto the seat.
Damn, so I'm gonna look for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying there's probably another person that they haven't released too much information on. I don't know whether it's that person's like cooperating with them or, you know, whatever the case is. But I think in the coming weeks, there'll probably be more information on that.
Wow, and you can click. Wow, yeah, this video footage is wild. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts and opinions and being a voice in the community. And you're more than welcome to call back whenever you want. Where are you calling in from again?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Shout out to you in Austin, Texas. Cowboys, baby, Super Bowl this year, 2024. You know what time it is. Thank you for calling in. Love and light. Lock your doors. Stay safe. God bless you, ma'am. And thank you for calling in today and sharing your thoughts and opinions with us.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Shout out to her. I appreciate it. If you want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Thank you, Miss Brazy, for the 5. I appreciate it. Happy Friday. Toast. Yeah. Unknown. Show your face, not your waist. 864, you're in the door. What's going on? Talk to me now.
Hey, so I've been watching it. Can you hear my baby crying?
Yeah, I hear. Tell her that hi. Hi.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Speak your mind. You're good. They'll get over it.
So So I think that I think Christopher went to go meet him for a drug deal, and I think that Matt thought he was going to get over on him. I could be wrong. It could be the other completely opposite way. It could be Chris getting over on Matt.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think that Matt simply kind of waved his gun around a little bit and was like, just give me your money and, go. And he wasn't going to give him his drugs. And I think when he pulled it out and waved it around a little bit, I think Christopher grabbed it, pointed it on him. That's why it was touching his face. And I think it went off and shot him. And then I think he killed Savanah because she was there as a witness.
Yeah, as a witness. And that's kind of the situation I was thinking. I'm like, why would somebody help get rid of their it's just a witness situation? So was it a setup to take money? Was it, you know what I mean? Because that I don't know. I'm just looking at it from a weird angle with the dad helping the son cover up I don't know. That's just, it's weird. It's weird, right?
I could see him calling his dad in a panic, and I could see the dad helping because as a parent of two kids, not saying that it would be the right thing, but can you imagine getting a call from somebody that you love, whether it's your niece, nephew, little cousin, somebody that's younger than you that you have like almost like a responsibility to, being like, hey, I fucked up. Like, I need help. I don't know what to do. Imagine it being your kid. Like, what would you do? Because you would be in just as much shock as whoever was in the situation is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not saying that's right, don't get me wrong, but I feel like in that moment, I would probably panic and be like, okay, this is what we got to do. But I do feel like I wouldn't be able to live with that, and I'd end up turning myself in. But I feel like in the heat of the moment, with it being my kid, I'd probably panic myself.
No way, caller. Somebody said, no way, caller. I don't think it went that way. They were shot behind ear, and it was right against skin contact wound. But then another person in chat said that it didn't come out about where she was shot from. But I haven't seen that. I'm not that far in.
Well, he was in the back seat. From what I'm understanding, he was in the back seat. Don't know which side he was on, but she was in the passenger front seat, and she got shot behind the ear. And no, I'm not trying to throw myself out there, but I have bought, weed from people, and I've been with my friends that have bought weed from people, and sometimes they'll jump in the back seat just to go ahead and throw everything out. They have more room to throw shit out in the back if somebody's in the front. I mean, so I feel like maybe it went up, he shot her from the back because she was in the front and Matt and Chris was in the back.
I mean, and not only that, she had just lost her brother, a month before. Ethan Soto, they're saying, is her brother.
Yeah,
he was killed. 17 years old, was killed, gunshot, but by gun violence. I mean, it's clearly some type of issue going on within, moving drugs. It is clearly some type of issue going on there. I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it because I'm just diving into it, but it's definitely drug motivated, I feel like.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the lady that called earlier said that she didn't think, or what was it that she said? I can't remember now.
The one who she said she didn't think what?
That he was like selling anything because it was like James. Was she talking about Savannah's brother or Matt?
I thought she was talking about Matt.
Well, Savannah's I think it was her profile picture was literally her pregnant, like 8 or 9 months pregnant, and he had a gun up in the bathroom mirror. So
yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. Right?
I don't think that it's not drugs. Like, I don't think that he's innocent, like she was trying to say. Not trying to say anything bad about her, but I don't think he was innocent by any means. Not saying he deserved it, not saying none of them did, but I definitely drugs.
Drug motivated. Oops, yeah, I saw that. Definitely all drug related. the money's. Well, I appreciate you calling in and giving us your thoughts and opinions and your theories. I appreciate that. Hopefully I hear from you again. Where are you calling in from?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Shout out to you from South Carolina. God bless you, man. Lock your doors, stay safe, and hopefully I hear from you again. If you have any thoughts or theories or anything that you want to share, when I'm live, I always usually open up the phone line so people can call in and speak and have a voice here. So thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you and would love to hear from you again. I hope you have a beautiful day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Shout out to her. I appreciate it. Good phone call. 219-885-9693. What is your thoughts and opinions and theories on this case? I mean, maybe you've been all over on these other channels and you're listening and you want to talk. If you want to talk, call in 219-885-9693. Get them thoughts off your chest. Let's hear it. 816, you're in the mix. What's going on? Talk to me now.
Hello?
816, you're in the mix. Talk to me. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think you're listening to the stream, and the stream's behind probably like 15, 20 seconds. So if you just mute it while we're talking, you'll be good.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
from what I seen, the mom is being questioned because supposedly she's the one that threw the towel in the car. There was a press conference today, and when they asked the police, are they questioning the mom, they said they refused to answer their question. So it is a third person.
So you think that the mom is being questioned?
Yeah, when they just had a press conference, and one of the people asked, what's his name, the captain or whoever he was, they asked him, is the mom being questioned, and he said he wasn't going to answer that question at this time.
Wow.
And her brother was 15 that got killed the year before, but he went to court in October of 23. The guy that did it.
I agree with the caller 100%. I'm wishing for you to. That's wild. So the brother, from what I read in chat, 17-year-old Ethan Soto was killed for
he's 15.
7 cartridges or something like that. That's what I seen in the chat.
Yeah, he's 15, and he set somebody up and robbed him, I guess, for $60. He got killed. The guy that did it went to court in October of 23.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's when he got jumped.
Mm-hmm.
And then this situation was a drug deal gone bad, but I'm wondering if it was premeditated. I don't know. That hasn't came out. So I don't want to say that.
I do see some people in the chat saying mom's not in the clear. Do not mention deflective. It's not the mom. Ramon divorced Christopher's mom years ago. This was Ramon's girlfriend living with them.
Oh, they just asked the police, were they questioning the mom? They supposedly took somebody from the house yesterday.
Because I seen
besides
Tiffany.
Besides the dad and son.
This case is wild. This case is crazy.
It is. I couldn't do that for my child. There's no way I'm going to jeopardize my life, my business, my company, because you made a mistake. I couldn't do it.
It doesn't make sense. And then the gruesomeness of a father helping a son get rid of his own daughter, which is absolutely mind blowing.
Right. It's crazy. I've been watching it and keeping up with it from day one. And it's just so much. But they did do a press conference today, and they questioned and asked, is the mom being questioned? And he refused to answer that question at this time.
Crazy. Yeah, right, Melissa. This case is crazy. Weed, really? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And in this video footage, this was the only video footage they had released.
It's on somebody else that went live.
I got it up right now on the screen. The same footage. It shows, and you could tell that's dad. Look at the gut hanging out and everything when he steps out.
Yeah, but everybody thought that was a girl, but the son got long hair, so.
Somebody said, "What do you mean it's not his daughter?"
That's not a girl that was in that car that drove the car with the victims in it. That was the son. He got long hair, so apparently he had it in a ponytail.
Savannah's father. Okay, I got you. So no, it wasn't Savannah's. It was his own daughter. Hold on. It's not his daughter. So it's not his own daughter. 2 press conferences. He had matching belly. Okay, so it's not his own daughter. They both admitted to doing this. Wow, I'm super late. Hi, T-REV and mods. Long hair boy.
Yeah.
The victims are not related to the suspects.
Someone can be charged with murder.
And the son was to plead self-defense.
Hold up. That is Chris's father, Ramon. Okay, so that's Chris's father. Chris's father helped him. Okay, it makes more sense why he helped. I don't know why. Somebody told me specifically when they came to me, they said father and son help get rid of the daughter. I'm like, see, that's the type of shit I'm talking about.
It was Chris and his father, and somebody in the truck threw the towel, and that's why they questioning was the mom involved, and our charges gonna be brought against her.
So let me write this down. I'm writing mine, taking this into the notes. Okay. So that has to be duly noted because people have that confused. A lot of people have it confused. When I'm cracking emails, I was told that what's his name? The big dude was her dad. So there's definitely there's a lot of misinformation out here, and we need to get that straightened up because the misinformation has got people running crazy. We definitely need to get this misinformation cleaned up big time. So see, that's misinfo. Yes, absolutely. Big time misinfo. So that's not so Chris is not her dad. Bing bong. There. We know that now. So you should read the affidavit. Where's the affidavit? We should pull that up.
Yeah, the affidavit was pulled up yesterday. They admitted to it, but like I said, the son is trying to plead self-defense. He said that they were wrestling with the gun and went out and shot her in the head, and then he was wrestling with it again in the back seat with Matthew, but the gun went off again and shot him in the head. That's what the son told the police, and they saying that the evidence don't match what he said.
I see what beautiful messy ball meant by you got a lot of catching up to do. I appreciate you calling in. 816. Where you calling in from?
From the Show Me State.
For the Show Me State. I appreciate you calling in. God bless you, man. Lock your doors. Stay safe. Be vigilant because evil is out there prowling and it will grab you. So stay safe. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open and peeled. God bless you and your family, man. I hope you had a beautiful holiday.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate her calling in. Thank you. 219-885-9693. Let's hear from you. Where's the people who knows all the information? Because I'm in left field right now. When I just hopped into this, hold up, Jeff, that boy is going to look real good in person with that long. You're gonna like it. Hitting all the groups from day one of them being missing. I've never seen anyone that thinks is that's crazy that I was told by a lot of people. 405, you're live. What's going on? Talk to me now.
Hey, T, it's Doozy.
What's going on, Doozy?
Hey, I've been watching and following this case, and I muted my YouTube so I can just see you right now, but I'm watching you on my tablet, and hey, chat. Okay, apparently this Christopher kid, the dad is the one getting out of the truck right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's somebody that passes them a towel. Look, right there.
I seen it right
there. So I think that's the mom they have in questioning or something. And what else was I gonna say? This is weird. It's my first time calling in. Chat, be nice. So what else? And then Christopher goes by another name, like as a girl named Angel on Facebook.
What is the name on Facebook?
It's Angel with the same last name.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's pictures of him like with painted red nails and stuff. It's really weird. And then they're saying that they found the gun that was used on both of them, and it was found in Christopher and the dad's house. So, but I just wanted to call in and give you my thoughts.
This case is insane. Like, I don't know how I'm sitting here thinking that Chris was her father too, but it, or
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
or not
no,
Chris,
no. And the other thing, I was watching JLR earlier, and they're saying that, you know, she went missing, or she was last seen on December 22nd at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but apparently they were dead at midnight on the 21st, just before midnight.
No, it's not.
So,
His mom, his
yeah,
parents divorced.
it's insane. I don't know what chat is saying. Yeah, and then the other thing about his pants down is they were saying that he had drag marks on his back, and he was pulled into the back seat, and Savannah was in the front seat with the baby seat carrier on her lap, because she was supposed to be induced the next day at 6:30 in the evening.
Yep, definitely drug deal going. I see the drug deal going bad.
You see, I mean, and they're already dead in this footage, apparently.
I'll tell you what it was right now. Okay, so now that, thank God that I got clarification. Okay,
Yes,
that's not
why
the
it's my
father.
first time.
I think that they were robbed. I think that they literally went there to rob and get that money. Homies posting stats
Yeah,
on there. That's what it's about, in my opinion, allegedly.
he saw all the guns, the money, and you know, I could just see it going down. He jumps in the back seat. He wants to get a little bit of weed, you know, and you know, I've done that a few times. I'm not gonna lie, you know, but it's just pretty bizarre, and it's just, I don't understand why he has drag marks on his back and he's in the back seat, and there was only like a 5-minute time frame.
Yeah,
And
that's
then they're
insane.
saying the shooting happened, or JLR was reporting that the shooting happened right there on the where this kid lived. I don't know. It just seems weird.
It's all very strange.
Yeah.
It does all
So
strange.
I know you're just catching up with this. That's why I wanted to call in.
I've only, like I said, I've only read one article and seen a couple videos, like 3 or 4 videos tops on this case, and then I caught JLR's live this morning. So I'm very, very not privy to all the information on this case yet. But
yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
actually
what.
about to make a video and do a deep dive on it later, because
Yeah, you
it's so
need
crazy.
to too. But yeah, look up the Michael guy that got arrested, and he goes by like Angel, and I think it's the same last name on Facebook.
Marla, I just said that the last name on Facebook. Send me all the information that you know.
Yeah, I
'Cause I'm
don't know
about to
what
make
his
a video
last,
about it.
Christopher something.
I'm going to make
And
a
then
video
he
about it.
goes by Angel, and you'll see he's got like red painted nails, and that's why everybody thought it was a girl when he came out.
Wow, yeah, I thought it was a girl too in the picture. Like, is this? I'm like, hold up, is this a father and his daughter?
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying, and it was insane.
I literally thought it was a father with his daughter. Like, I'm not even
I
joking.
thought too, and I was like, this punk ass didn't do that, you know? But apparently he did, and everybody's jaws were dropped when, you know, they saw, you know, because everybody was like, was that a girl?
Right.
It was funny. So, all right, T, I'll let you go. My time's up. First time calling in. Love talking to you.
Thank you, Doozy. Love talking to you too. Hopefully I hear from you again. I hope you've been doing well. I hope everybody in the family is doing well. God bless you. Lock your door, stay safe, and you know to stay vigilant.
Oh, you know it, T. Everything's locked.
Double locks, double Glock.
All right, love you, T. See ya.
Love you back, Doozy. Doozy, I appreciate it. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Where's the privy information? The people with the privy information. I guess I got to pull up the PCA and go ham on it. I thought it was a female. Me too. Right off the rip. 937 sent from heaven. What's going on? Talk to us.
Hi, T-REV. This is D, Ohio girl.
What's going on, D, Ohio girl? Talk to me now.
This case makes me so sad. I just can't believe that she went to a drug deal and got shot a week overdue. Just crazy. And there is definitely someone in that truck that throws a towel. And you can see in that video when he gets out, you can see a white speck laying on his seat. And then if you watch it, it moves because someone like tosses a towel on it. So there was definitely someone in the truck.
Wow. So there's definitely it is it the I wonder there's no telling who it could be, right? There's no telling who it could
Yeah.
possibly be in there.
Either his older brother, he's got an older brother named Ramon, also junior, and or the mom or girlfriend, whoever she is. But in my opinion, I think because they said their phone pinged there at 11:50 at that Charlie Chan address, so
Yes.
they were there at 11:50, and by 11:59, this video this car takes off and they drive around the corner and they drop the car right where it sat. So they were already dead in the video by 11:59, and it pinged at 11:50. So I think they pulled into his garage or next to his house. Matthew got out. Something happened. He shot Matthew, drug him back and threw him in the back seat, or I don't know, because they say he has drag marks on his back.
He had drag marks on his back, like he was dragged
Yeah.
with some shit.
Yeah, they said he has drag marks on his back. And I think people kept saying his pants were down. And I think that's why his pants were down, because they drug him. So he was out of the car.
Video so eerie. Yeah, I know it is. The video is super eerie.
Yeah, it's almost it's too much. But
And I think the motive is just a robbery, a simple robbery. Maybe get that money. You see somebody flexing online with money. This is very simple to me, cut and dry. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat it. But when it comes to something like this, and you got somebody posting pictures with money and guns and different things, but you're showing that you have stuff like big racks of money, you are now going to become a target to any jack boy that's up there. We call jack boy in the street people that are committing robberies. They're gonna rob people. They are looking for people to rob. There is such thing.
He was just putting it all out there. If you look at his if you go and find like other people have posted his Instagram and his TikTok, I don't have any of that. He posted everything from day to day, what he had, what he sold, what he was holding, his guns. Him and Savanah in pictures with her 9 months pregnant with big guns which is whatever, I don't agree. I smoke weed. I don't agree with that kind of lifestyle. But you know what? It doesn't give anybody the right to gun these two kids down, whatever they were doing. I don't care what they were doing. You know what I mean? The kid still doesn't have a right to shoot them dead over weed, over anything.
And look at this. And I'm also thinking this too. But they charged him with capital. I don't know. I'm thinking this too. I'm thinking that robbery gone bad or what? Like robbery.
Yeah, I think your caller was right. That Christopher, his Facebook was full of like weird little kid games that he plays. Like, it looks like a little kid's game, like a Roblox or something like some weird. I don't know what it is. It's weird little kid game. It looks like to me. And then on the 23rd of December, he posted a stack of money. And so I think he robbed Matthew for his drugs and his money and then killed him. Yep, I do.
Yeah. That's exactly what
I'm wondering if the gun was Matthew's, because his family says he never left home without it. He always had a gun on him, and there was no gun found in the car. So I'm wondering if he shot him with his own gun or another gun.
Did he shoot him with his own gun, or did he turn his own gun? Was he able to grab the gun maybe he said, he was going to commit a robbery? Who knows? We're going to see how it comes out. But maybe he was there to commit a robbery. Dude went to go pull his gun, and maybe he reached, and maybe he did shoot him with his own weapon, or didn't.
Another thing I thought, maybe they pulled into his garage. He just jumped in the back seat, shot Matthew, shot her, took their stuff, took the stuff inside, took him out of there. What else could have happened so quick? But then he dragged Matthew from the front seat to the back seat so he could drive.
He got shot with his own gun. That's what a lot of people are saying. I see, huh? Go read PCA. His story is crap. Damn.
Yeah.
His story is crap.
It wasn't self-defense because you can't. I mean, self-defense point blank. Point blank. There's no contact wound. There's no self-defense in that. And the right side of your head, both behind the ear.
Right.
Weird. But it's sad, and I just want to say hello, and I'm glad you're here today, and I love you, and I love the Rev Gang, and I hope they figure this all out.
We'll see. We'll see what they
I'm
do.
still stuck on the Idaho 4 case. It's
You-
still, I still lose sleep over it.
You know, I do too. And I'm glad you brought that up because I do got the Faro scan video fully done, and it is the best video and most informative video I think I've made yet to date. So I'm gonna be dropping that, looking to drop it tomorrow.
Good. I'm looking forward to it because I need to learn.
I played it in Discord for the members, you know, for all the members. I did play it for them earlier, and I know
I
a
am
lot
a
of them
member,
like
but I have a hard time with Discord. I don't know. I'm old. I'm like 52. I get all confused trying to get in there.
it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn. I've
Well,
been in
have
there
a great
since 2019.
Friday, T-REV, and I love you, and lock your doors.
Thank you so much. I love you back. Thank you for your support and being a voice in the community. God bless you. Lock your doors. Stay safe. And stay vigilant. You already know them evil stalkers. They're out there. They're lurking. They're watching right now as we speak.
I know. I learned. Yes.
God
All
bless
right.
you.
Well, you too. Bye bye.
God bless. Shout out there. I appreciate it. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call anyone to hear from you. There was no baby stealing. Whatever man says. Maybe he was scared for his life, though. I don't know. So self-defense. Somebody said pull up the PCA. Let me see. Let me go to my guy real quick and see if we can pull that up. I'm pretty sure I'll find that within seconds. What the hell is this PCA? Maybe not. Maybe not. Call, show your face, not your waist. You will not get through. If you're wrestling with a gun, would Christopher get, or you said, how would Christopher get Matthew's gun from him, though? Christopher is not a tough man. I don't know if we can say that, right? We never know how much somebody has strength in them. I think they might get the father on felony murder. Hold on, let me pull up this too. Let's get rid of this video for 1 second because I actually want to see this.
She was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news, huh?
What did he
you know
say?
she was pregnant?
Oh, always fake news, huh?
Did he say always fake news? 909, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Hey, T-REV.
What's going on, bub? Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing? This is Barbarossa.
What's going on, Barbarossa? Talk to me now.
Listen, these two, this is a trip because it seems like they were killed at his house.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see that car and that truck together, that truck later followed that car back to where they parked it, and the kid got in and they went home. They didn't even move that truck or park it anywhere where no one would see it. They left it parked in their driveway. I mean, the kid's phone, the Savannah's phone pinged at 11:50 or something at that area right by the house, which is how they said they found it. One of the cops knew Savannah. They remembered her apparently from another incident when they had gone to the apartment or something, is what my understanding was. But if you go back and listen to the initial interview with the cops and then the second one, which was today, which was a short one, it pretty much sums it up. It just doesn't make it. The kid said it was him, you know, trying to save himself from Matt, but the cop knew that he was lying. He knew from the gunshots that there was no way it happened the way he said it happened. I don't know. I'm a retired. I used to work with teenage gang members.
Oh wow! Thank you for the work that you've done
for murder. What's that?
Thank you for the work that you've done.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
For trying to put good, for trying to put good and do good, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, and what people need to realize is that most of these kids, this is where they come from. I could take a kid from where they came from. I could keep him for 6 months to a year, 2 years, whatever, and he could do a real good program. But I could send him back, and all I was doing was sending him right back where he came from. Now that doesn't work because this is not something This is not something that you just get out of. You know this. Gangs are gangs. It's a real difficult situation. And when you have a family history of this being your life and your family's life, it is really, really, really hard to find your way out. And for these kids, it was difficult. Now, I don't condone what Matt was doing. I think, with any luck or hope at that point, he had a girl who was getting ready to have a baby, and maybe things would have changed. I don't know. But this is a guy who did what he did. Neither one of them deserved to die, neither did that baby. I mean, there's no excuse for that. None. And we can't blame him for her coming, because at the end of the day, we've seen the pictures. And while she's throwing up signs, and while she's, got her hand on his leg and so on and so forth, she was, living that life with him, regardless of what their life was. So it's not for us to judge. It is what it is. Right now, the problem is, though, is why? Why did this have to happen? And what are these two fools? I mean, I'm sorry. Something's just not right.
I agree. Something's not right. Something went tremendously wrong. And where did it go wrong at?
Yeah, it makes no sense. And there were, I believe, one or two shell casings were found in the car. It may have just been one, but they also didn't identify Savanah originally. They identified Matt, and they never said why they didn't identify Savanah. And I just have to wonder if her gunshot, wherever it occurred, would have been to her face or whatever, that it, they knew it was her, but they weren't going to confirm it was her at that point. So I have to wonder what, again, how did that was Matt's gun. It had to have been Matt's gun, because his brother said his brother never left the house without a gun. Now, okay. And again, we're talking about weed here. I mean, is that not what we're talking about? Because I find it really hard to believe that this went so south, this bad, that it was anything more. And from what I read, or what one of the callers said, something about Christopher on his Facebook or something, showing all the money and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible the kid was doing it to get the money? But how did he end up with the gun is what I want to know. I mean, it just, again, makes no sense.
Exactly. It makes no sense. And
was
he in a gang? The boyfriend?
Christopher? No way. No way.
No, not Christopher. Not Christopher.
Matt?
Yes. Was he in a gang?
Come on. I mean, let's take it. I mean,
was he Latin King? Or
was he a wannabe? I don't think so. I think he truly probably ran with some folks. I'm not sure. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, with the pictures I've seen of him, of things he posted or whatever, things I've read or seen, the likelihood is probably really good that he ran with some people, some crew.
Who had connections? Who had connections? If you're making money, you got connections to get what you need.
And for the amount of money he was showing, for the amount of money, of stacks of bills that he was holding up, and
looked like 20,000 to me.
I'm sorry, he had to have been.
It looked like 20 grand to me in his hand on one of them.
At least. There's also a video. Is it a video? Oh yeah, there's also a video of, and I briefly saw it, of what they say is Savanah holding some buds, and you can't see the face, you see a hand, and you hear two people talking, and the one person apparently seems to be of Asian descent, it sounds like, but because they're talking in another language. And I know that, people were trying to figure out what was being said. I don't know. Again, I didn't see anything else about it, but I don't know. They talk about him possibly snitching. I find that hard to believe. I really do at this point. Because it just doesn't sound right. He went to jail. He got out of jail, blah, blah, blah. I mean, again, I've not seen anything about that. I don't know that that's 100% true. Somebody would have to pull up his file. But I don't know. On one hand, it seems like a setup. On another hand, it just seems like I don't know. So it's just crazy. The baby carrier on the lap, I'm seeing this thing up here. Yeah, that was because they had to put him in the back seat. Someone had to drive that car and get it out of that neighborhood, and put it, where they put it, which was what 3 minutes away from their house, not even 4 minutes.
So Mama D said, Mama D Gove, what's been debunked? Please let me know. I'll be looking for your comment if it doesn't disappear fast.
Oh yeah, no. What's that now? I'm sorry.
No. I was looking for. I
Oh.
see Mama D Gobe in the chat says that's been debunked, and I was just wondering what she meant by what
Oh yeah,
was
what's been
debunked.
debunked? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, what was debunked?
Yeah, I'm curious about what's
I've
debunked.
seen so many things. I've followed this from the jump, but it's been, you know, it just, again, for me, I'm looking at this picture and I'm just going, wait a minute, this makes no sense. There's also a video you might want to check out of Christopher at his graduation.
Where's that at?
I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I had just seen it. I think it was last night on some. I don't know. I saw it last night, and I really don't know exactly where it was from. But it shows him at his graduation, and this is he's just a strange kind of looking guy, and you know, people are going, oh, look at, he's being weird, whatever. He was standing up when they called his name, and apparently his family was probably hollering at him or something to stop, you know, so they could take his picture or whatnot. But he just doesn't. I don't know. For me, doesn't fit the MO of someone who could pull something off like this on his own. But again, just my opinion, and it's just, you know, how I see him. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of kids, and I mean, hundreds of them, and he just, for some reason, for me, doesn't fit the MO of someone who could pull this off alone. So whatever. The dad has a history of some issues with being arrested, evading the law. But like I said, if you go back and listen to those press conferences, the first one, the second one was this morning. It was a short one. I mean, it may give you a better idea.
I watched that. I watched the whole press conference here earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
watched
you know, it just, and how, I guess in Texas, just because, you know, he helped move bodies or whatever, he can't be, how is he not being charged with being an accessory? I mean,
Really?
even if it's after the fact, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Again, I don't live in Texas. I'm in California. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Again, don't know. A lot of this is really questionable. So,
well, I
anyhow,
appreciate you. I appreciate you calling in and all the thoughts that's on your mind, man. You got a lot, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want people to be calling in there or been following this. You know,
this is what happens when you retire. You have too much time on your hands.
No, but you know, it's
anyhow,
good though. It's good that you're diving into the information around it and trying to get to the facts of it, man. I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate.
And I just want to say I appreciate you and the Rev Gang. I mean, it's a platform that I really enjoy. I've seen a lot of people on here because I have plenty of time to see different people. But you know, I've stayed where you are, and have missed you when you're not there. So I'm glad to see you again today.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate the kind words. Again, I appreciate you being a voice in the community. Keep doing that. God bless you. Lock your doors. Stay vigilant. And I'll talk to you again, my friend.
You too, man. Thank you.
Stay safe. Damn, I appreciate it. 219-885-9693. I was downloading the PCA. My bad. I would have cut it off at the 5, but and he had a lot to say. He had a lot on his mind. But I see we got the PCA right here in front of us, right? We got it sitting right here in front of us. The probable cause affidavit. I'm going to go over it real quick. Now it says a victim in this case has been identified as Savanah Nicole Soto, date of birth August 22, 2005. A victim in this case has been identified as Matthew Gabriel Guerrera, date of birth October 26, 2001, referred to as victim 2. An actor in this case has been identified as Christopher Ray Picado, date of birth September 7th, 2004, hereinafter referred to as defendant. Said defendant is further identified as or in SAPD computer files under SID number 1191-061. Now, it is the belief of your affiant that the offense of capital murder, multiple persons, was committed on or about the 21st day of December 23rd in Bexar County, Texas. Now it says your affiant has probable cause for said belief by reason of the following facts. On December 23rd, 2023, Leon Valley Police received a call for a missing person report. 2020. We'll skip over that. Family of missing persons stated she was supposed to be induced for her pregnancy and did not show up for the appointment. The family advised they had not been able to get a hold of the female and stated she was not answering the phone. A check of hospitals was conducted by the family, and it was found that the female was not at any of the hospitals. It was found that the female lived with her boyfriend. However, the family of the boyfriend advised they were not able to get in touch with him as well. The female was entered as a missing person by Leon Valley. Now it says further investigation found that the female and her boyfriend were not responding to any phone calls and their whereabouts were unknown. Media broadcast on the news the story of the missing female and her boyfriend. In the media, the boyfriend's car description was broadcast in the media and was said to be a 2013 gray Kia Optima. On December 26th, 2023, a resident of 5903 Danny K Drive messaged the family of the female and advised them that they believed the vehicle was parked at 5903 Danny K Drive. The family contacted Leon Valley and drove to the location. Upon Leon Valley police arrival to the location, Leon Valley police observed the vehicle. Inside of the vehicle was a deceased pregnant female in the front seat and a deceased male in the back seat. It says here, Antonio police were contacted and your affiant made the location. It says upon arrival to the location, your affiant observed the vehicle. The vehicle was a 2013 Kia Optima with a Texas license plate of TRC-9447. Your affiant checked the VIN number, and the VIN number was the same VIN number that was broadcast on the news for the missing couple. A check of the information through NCIC/TCIC showed the vehicle belonged to the boyfriend of the female. Your affiant observed the front right passenger side of the vehicle. It says your affiant observed a deceased pregnant female inside of the front right passenger seat. Due to your affiant knowledge of the female on a previous murder case from 2022, your affiant recognized the vehicle or the female to be that of missing female. Of the missing female. So okay, they knew it was her. So whatever officer this was recognized her. Wow. Said your affiant then observed the back seat of the vehicle. Your affiant observed a deceased male in the back seat of the vehicle. The deceased male resembled the boyfriend to the female. The male had an apparent gunshot wound to his head. It appeared the male had been dragged into the vehicle. Your affiant did not observe any weapon near the male. A search warrant was requested so entry into the vehicle could be conducted. Now, it also says here at the top, let me scroll down a little bit, conducted right here. While waiting for the search warrant, your affiant spoke to the families of the female and the male. It was found that the boyfriend to the female sold narcotics and would use his phone through cellular communication as well as social media to sell narcotics. It was also advised that the boyfriend would post money and narcotics on Instagram. It was stated that people wanted to rob the boyfriend, and it was stated that the boyfriend had been shot at before. The family provided your affiant with the phone number of the female. The family of the male provided your affiant with his phone number as well as his Instagram. Now, when the search warrant, let's jump down here. When the search warrant arrived at the location, a search of the vehicle was conducted. The search found spent shell casing in the vehicle. However, there was no weapon recovered in the vehicle. There was apparent blood transfer on the outside of the vehicle that was not consistent with the boyfriend causing harm to the female. Both the female and male had gunshot wounds to the head, and the male also had apparent drag marks on his back. It was believed that the female and male were killed at at a different location, and the vehicle was driven to the recovered location. During further investigation, your affiant found video surveillance video at 5903 Danny K. The video surveillance found that On December 21st, 2023, around 23:59 hours, a Chevrolet Silverado gray driving with its lights off from the vehicle recovered location. The Silverado pulled in the middle of the back parking lot and parked the vehicle. The victim's vehicle could be seen approaching the Chevrolet Silverado. The victim's vehicle parked next to the Silverado. A heavy-set male exited the Silverado and the driver's side door of the victim's vehicle opened. The heavy-set male approached the driver of the victim's vehicle and appeared to speak to the driver. The heavy-set male then get a towel from his vehicle and appears to wipe down the outside of the victim's vehicle door where he had touched the vehicle. Now, that's definitely hiding evidence, right? I mean, come on now. That's hiding evidence. Gotcha. The driver of the victim's vehicle exited the vehicle for a brief moment and sat back in the driver's seat. The driver did not match the description of the female victim or the male victim. The Hispanic male got back into his vehicle. The victim's vehicle drove behind the building where the vehicle was found on December 26th, 2023. The Silverado followed the victim's vehicle. Approximately 3 minutes later, the Silverado was observed leaving from behind the building where the victim's vehicle was found. The victim's vehicle did not leave the location. It was believed that the victims were already deceased in the vehicle at the same time, or at the time of the video observed. It is believed that the unknown driver and heavy-set male observed parked the victim's vehicle at the location in effort to hide the vehicle. Now, it says on January 2nd, 2024, your affiant provided one of the victim's cell phones to Detective Knox at the technical investigations unit. On January 3rd of 2024, your affiant received the phone download from Detective Knox. Your affiant, whatever, found that the victim had recently searched the street of Charlie Chan Drive due to your affiant's knowledge of the crime scene area. Your affiant was aware of Charlie Chan Drive was a couple of blocks away. Now it says from the victim vehicle. Okay, let me read that over again because now it lines up. Let me start back right here. Your affiant was aware that Charlie Chan Drive was a couple blocks away from the victim vehicle recovery location. Now it says your affiant was able to discover that the victim's vehicle pinged near Charlie Chan Drive and Cary Grant Drive around 23:50 hours on the night they went missing. The vehicle did not start moving again until around 23:54 hours. The vehicle then traveled to 5903 Danny K Drive, where the victims and their vehicle were discovered on December 26th of 2023. Your affiant conducted computer research and was able to locate a vehicle that looked identical to the suspect vehicle seen on camera with the victim vehicle. Your affiant did research on the owner of the vehicle and found the owner of the vehicle matched the description of the male that exited the vehicle on camera. Now, homicide detectives went to the vehicle location listed above and found the listed vehicle at the location. While at the residence on Charlie Chan, a person identified as Ramon Picado reported knowing why SAPD was at his residence. Ramon Picado informed SAPD detectives to speak with his son. Identified as Christopher Picado, Ramon Picado and Christopher Picado were transported to SAPD homicide to speak with your affiant. While additional SAPD detectives searched the residence on Charlie Chan Drive under the authority of a search warrant, your affiant spoke with Raymond Picado after Raymond Picado was read the Miranda warnings. Ramon Picado admitted to driving his Chevrolet Silverado to 5903 Danny K Drive, where he met Christopher Picado. Ramon Picado identified himself on surveillance video from 5903 Danny K Drive as the person who observed exiting the Chevrolet Silverado. Ramon Picado reported meeting Christopher Picado at this apartment complex, who was driving another vehicle. This vehicle is the vehicle in which Matthew Guerrera and Savanah Soto were found deceased. Ramon Picado admitted to assisting Christopher Picado at 5903 Danny K Drive. Ramon Picado knowingly treated the human corpse of Matthew Guerrera and Savanah Soto and the unborn child of Savanah Soto named Fabian in an offensive manner by leaving them in the abandoned vehicle. Your affiant then spoke with Christopher Picado after Christopher Picado was read the Miranda warnings. Christopher Picado reported Matthew Guerrera and Savanah Soto drove to his residence on Charlie Chan Drive to sell Christopher Picado marijuana. Christopher Picado went on to provide a version of the events that were inconsistent with evidence collected at the scene from the victim's recovered vehicle. Christopher claimed the male victim pointed a weapon at him and Christopher was able to manipulate the weapon, resulting in a female being shot. Christopher then stated that had the weapon pointed at him again and he manipulated the weapon again, resulting in the male victim being shot. Christopher Picado's statement is inconsistent with the gunshot wounds suffered by Matthew Guerrera and Savanah Soto. It says in the evidence located at the crime scene, Christopher Picado intentionally discharged a firearm at Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerrera with the intention of causing death. The actions of Christopher Picado resulted in death of Matthew Guerrera and Savanah Soto, Savanah Soto's unborn child named Fabian. Your affiant has reason to believe and does believe the said defendant, Christopher Ray Picado, on or about the 21st day of December 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, initially caused the death of multiple persons. Now, I just wanted to go through this with you guys. Now, there's still a couple more pages, but we're good there. That's the meat and potatoes of it. If you do want to call in, it's 219-885-9693. I did have to catch up on that PCA to not only get more familiar. Thank you, Tiffany. Welcome to the Rep Game family. I did want to read that PCA, though. That reading that was important. Again, the phone lines are back open. If you do want to call in at 219-885-9693, make sure you call in.
That is a man accused of helping to hide the bodies of Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerra. Ramon Preciado and his son Christopher arrested last night for their alleged parts in the murders.
But today, more charges have been filed against the father and son. Christopher Preciado charged with capital murder. Now 2 more additional charges of abuse of a corpse and alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse. His father, Ramon, is also charged with abuse of a corpse and the newly added charge of alter.
Looks like a female.
Alter, destroy,
I literally thought that was a female to the left the whole entire time.
Conceal a human corpse.
We're also, for the very first time, hearing from the family, Guerra's father and stepmother, speaking to KSAT today. Eric Hernandez reports they're hoping for the full extent of punishment for both men.
Upset, anger, all kinds of emotions just going through.
Gabriel and Raquel Guerra are breathing a sigh of relief after Christopher Preciado and his father.
I think it's very important for us to go over that PCA, and I'm glad that I was able to find it. Actually, it was sent to me by email that I see now, but I actually found it. But thank you guys for who sent it in, Marla and multiple other people who sent that PCA in. And it's important to read those PCAs for the information. And I learned that specifically from the Kohlberger case, right? I've been into true crime my whole entire life, but if you want to fully understand a case, you do need to read the probable cause affidavit, and you need to dive into all the information that becomes privy to you if you want to know a lot of the information about the case. For instance, I'm literally sitting here thinking that Savanah Soto's father is this goofy ass dude to the left right here, right? The dude that helped his son cover up a murder, which is absolutely insane. I don't know, but it is important to read it. Tiffany said he would have had better luck with that story if he immediately called police because they were on his property.
Ramon were arrested Wednesday night in the deaths of their son Matthew Guerra, his girlfriend Savanah Soto, and their unborn child Fabian.
That was definitely a relief of mine that, I can hold someone accountable. I've been talking about justice for the 3 of them since it started.
Gabriel and Raquel say neither of them know who Christopher and Ramon are. According to the arrest affidavit, Matthew and Savanah met Christopher to allegedly sell them marijuana. We asked the Guerras about that information after they had previously stated that Matthew was trying to turn his life around.
Matthew hasn't made the best decisions, but, I'll make no excuses for him, but whatever he did, I don't condone that at all. But that being said, like no one deserves to be murdered, period, for regardless of what kind of activity you're in or what you're doing.
Now this case moves to the district attorney's office, and the Guerra say they want nothing less than the death penalty for Christopher Preciado.
Now it's on the DA. He had said something about the death penalty, and I'm going to hold him accountable to his word. And that's the next process for me, is him confirming that.
We did get a statement this afternoon from the district attorney's office about the case, and they say an additional capital murder charge could be added for Christopher for the death.
Right. I was kind of thinking the same thing, Flashbang Barbie. He took the gun and weed, but not the phone and shell cases. If that doesn't show you what he was there for, then what does? Right?
Of the unborn child, but that hasn't been decided just yet. As far as the death penalty after an indictment, the Capital Crimes Committee will then decide whether to seek the death penalty or not. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12.
Hold up. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to watch on this. I do. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I don't. It was on Do Not Disturb. Let me refresh the browser too. Phone lines are open. My bad if you did try to call in. It is 219-885-9693. Phone number is at the top of your screen. You can't call in. My bad. It was on Do Not Disturb. I see a few people did call. Let me know if the blue or red sticks out more. Maybe it's more bold. Caller said earlier that someone would also go by name. Hold it, but go by name online as Angel. Was that Christopher they was talking about?
Oh my God.
Possibly. Nah, hold on. Let me leave the red. Red's better. Dumb criminal. Carlos said dumb criminal. Hold on, let me pull this on Savannah. There was another one I wanted to see. Pull this bad boy up. 52 minutes ago. We seen the update. Now I don't think we've seen this. Let's see what they're talking about.
Detectives right now are looking at this as a possible murder, and but we don't know for sure.
I got you.
Again, because of the complexity, the complex crime scene.
Looking at emails right now.
We can't say for sure what we have.
Breaking news this morning in the murder of pregnant teen Savanah Soto. Police making 2 arrests in connection with her death. And part of the Epstein list has been released. And we have the latest on the high-profile.
Now, it does say right here, gun used to kill Savanah Soto. Matthew Guerrero recovered at suspect's home. Another suspect possible, police say. It says the gun that was believed to have been used to shoot and kill Savanah Soto and Matthew Guerrero was recovered at the home of the 2 suspects charged in the case. 360, you're on the show. What's going on? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, T-REV? This is Dwayne. How's it going, man?
I'm hanging in there, brother. How you doing, Dwayne? Talk to us.
Yeah, I just wanted to chat. I just came home from lunch. I've been working all day. And so I don't know what all you guys have talked about, but I thought, did it strike anybody weird that neither one, like the kid wasn't crying. There was like no expression. His dad came to the door, and was like, sure, I know what you guys are here for. You can talk to my son. I mean, that's a pretty uneventful, expressionless, all of that arrest. It's kind of odd, man. I feel like there's just, I mean, obviously there's more, you know. I mean,
I think so too.
But with his dad being so chill, and then he says, you know, they think that he said something of the effect, there's more to the story, or there's 2 sides of the story, or something like that. Even mentioning something like that, he must have thought a little bit as he's walking through there. He doesn't say anything at all, but he says that, you know. The kid doesn't say anything. I see someone said the kid's a sociopath. Like, maybe that's it, you know. I mean, whether it was planned or not, and whether he was, you know, it was self-defense or whatever it was, dude still killed 2 people, allegedly. So, gosh, imagine you'd have to feel something, man. I don't know why the guy's he has no expression whatsoever. Anyway, I just thought that was really odd, man. I didn't know if you guys had spoke anything about that. So I may be touching on the subject that you guys have already.
I mean, there's been a lot of stuff talked about, but as far as what you're talking about, no, absolutely not. You're the first person that's brought it up to me right now on the phone.
I mean, he's 19. It must scare the hell out of him.
Right.
Unless, as this lady, Mercy, says, he's a sociopath. Like, his dad doesn't seem too concerned. It's odd. Unless they're so deep into something that we don't know about, that this type of stuff doesn't bother them, that would be pretty crazy. You know, that they know something a little bit more nefarious that might be in the works behind the scenes. So they're just kind of like, yeah, we'll let this play out. I don't know. But I just thought that was really odd.
I mean, personally, it just to me, it looks pretty clear cut and dry that that was a setup for not for murder, but for robbery. But could it have been set up for murder? We'll find out. It looks like set up for robbery going bad. You know what I mean? They weren't having it. They weren't having you rob. You know what I mean? It seemed like maybe he was like, I'm not you ain't robbing me today, and he went to reach for a gun and shit just went bad.
Right. Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling about it.
And so another thing I thought is like, I don't know how much weed it was, but you know, like he had his wife, or you know, and she's pregnant, you know, so this must have been a small amount of weed. He's like, hey, we're going to drop this off by his house really quick, and then we'll roll, you know, because I think they needed to go. They had business at the hospital that day or whatnot. I don't know if they were going that evening or what it was, but she was due to be induced either that day or the next day or something. I can't remember, but my point is that you don't take your pregnant wife with you to dump off pounds. That was like a 20 bag thing going on, in my personal opinion. So it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, man, this must have been we're going to drop by Christopher's house really quick. And, you know, yeah, I don't know. Sad though, man. It's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, it is. 'Cause I mean, there's lives lost, right? And it's just, I don't know, man. The only advice that I could give out there from being a young adult and young teen at one point and being around what I was born into, which was around drugs like this. I've seen it. I've seen it all. So, you know, to follow down that path, it's just not a good look for anybody. It's not going to be good for anyone who does. You're just going to destroy yourself. You're going to end up in prison. You know what I mean? Dead, prison. There's only two things: dead or in prison. That's it.
Yeah. And yeah, man. I mean, it just doesn't.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you got to make your time in that game brief, or else that is what happens to you.
It is wild, man. I appreciate you.
Well, I guess, you know, I'm thinking like a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money to a 19-year-old could be $100. So even if it was over some small amount of that still is kind of a lot of money to a 19-year-old.
Yeah, it depends what that 19-year-old has had though in their life too. You know, when it comes to money and when it comes, you know what I mean? It just depends. It depends what that 19-year-old has been around. If they, you know, because at, let's see, 15, 16, to me, $100 wasn't shit at 15 or 16, my age, but I can't speak for everybody else. You know what I mean? I can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
But at that time, you know, it wasn't for me. And it is for a lot of, for any normal household, $100 to any 13 to 18-year-old is a lot. I don't care who you are. You know, you know what I mean? In any normal household.
Those are some fat stacks of cash that the Matthew guy has in some of those pictures. I mean, if it's just all ones, that's like, you know, but it's probably not all ones. I mean, he was having he's got some pretty big hands. He's a tall dude, and he's got his entire hand just kind of over that big stack that's a big stack of money, man. So it may have been the dude was like, yeah, bring over some small amount, but really what he wanted was to get, you know, a grip of money, not a free 20 bag. That would be ridiculous.
Right. No way.
Worse things have happened though. I mean,
sure.
For $20.
Sure.
Yo, man, I'll let some other people call in, and I appreciate it, dude.
God bless you, brother. I
Take care of
appreciate
yourself.
you. I appreciate you calling in, my man, and thank you for sharing with us your open
Yeah, you
thoughts
take
and
care.
opinions and theories. God bless you, brother. Lock your doors. Happy Friday. Stay safe. Don't get too turned up tonight.
Yeah. Right on, man. Take care.
God bless you, man. Happy Friday. Shout out to him. I appreciate him calling in. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in when we want to hear from you. What's going on? Talk to me now. Thank you, caller. No sound? What is going on with this? I don't know.
Teenager Savanah Soto and her boyfriend. The San Antonio Police Department announcing early this morning that 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and his father, Ramon Preciado.
Unknown. You will not be shown. Show your face, not your waist.
Have been arrested for the murders of Savanah Soto and her boyfriend Matthew Guerra. Now, police believe that Christopher, the son, is the one who did the murders. That's what they believe. And they believe his father just helped him after the fact, moving the bodies. So their charges are different. Son charged with murder, dad charged with abuse of a corpse. Now, Savanah Soto was last seen in mid-December, one day before she was scheduled to be induced. She and her boyfriend's remains were found days later inside of his Kia Optima. We've been looking at that video since then. It's been quite
951. I hope you don't got a gun. What's going on? Can you hear me? Yeah, all I hear is background noise there. I don't know about that.
puzzling. Police are saying this morning that they believe the murders are the result of a drug deal that turned deadly. I have two great guests on the program to help me break this all down. Still with me, retired NYPD Deputy Inspector and the author of the book, Once a Cop, Corey Pegues. And want to welcome in retired
Hold up. Maybe we can get our friend.
FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendorfer. Great to see you both this morning. Thank you for being here. Oh boy. There has been some speculation that this might have been a drug deal that went unexpectedly awry and turned fatal. Jennifer, I know you've been following this very, very closely. I enjoy following you on Twitter or X always, but you've been analyzing this one. Tell me, was this what you expected investigators to find here? Why or why not, please?
Yes, I expected it to have to do with a drug deal gone bad. I think I said that very early, likely gang related in terms of.
You said self-defense will be thrown out quick in this case. For one, he would have notified police after it happened, and for two, the lack of emotion. Yeah, Eddie Martin, you're 100% right. You definitely, if you killed in self-defense, you would call the police immediately and have them come there and not touch nothing. Correct? If you really were buying something and say you did have an argument and gun was pulled and you grabbed it and aimed and something, things went down like it did and it really was self-defense, it would show that also too. But when you're hiding things, that just shows that you're hiding shit.
The players involved. Clearly, when we hear the words, a botched drug deal gone bad, what does that mean? What that means is that somebody wasn't living up to their end of the bargain. Either the amount of drugs being sold was off or the money that was being brought was off. One of those two things. And this isn't just like purchasing, vitamins from your girlfriend next door. This turns deadly and can turn deadly. First of all, it was late at night. I would believe, even though we'll never know, but likely Mr. Preciado was likely under the influence. So you have people who are under the influence dealing with one another. And then you also have that street cred, you know, the disrespect that when this drug deal went wrong, went down and turned deadly.
All right, Jennifer, a great.
She's right. Street cred. That dude says, give up your shit. You're in the hood. You're from the hood. Give up your shit. Give me that. No. Homie probably drew his gun and things went left. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that things went left. He was there. He just wanted a quick, you know, I'm taking this. No, you're not. Gun pulled out. Bang, bong. Everything goes wrong right there.
Points. I have a clip I want to play, and Corey, I'm coming to you next after this, please. This is a clip of Savanah Soto's mother who joined closing arguments with Vinnie Politan last night, and she did the interview with Vinnie before the announcement of the arrest. So that
all right,
came
brother.
later.
Look, I
But
got your
here in this
emails
clip,
too.
she's talking about Savannah's relationship with her boyfriend Matthew Guerra, and of course, many of us are wondering, did anybody know that this was going on? That he was into these dealings? Apparently, let's watch.
They had a kind of like a little rough relationship in the beginning. She said it was getting better. They were both looking for the baby, and we had a baby shower for her.
I can tell you.
They were there, you know, and
Bexar
opening
County?
the gifts, you know, all excited, playing games.
Bexar County.
You know, it was like any normal couple. I mean, about his, you know, private, I don't really know.
This is why the youth needs a leader. And what I mean by that is that the music, I'm admitting it, as I'm a music artist myself, right? I'm admitting this as a music artist. Music does influence a lot of these kids and the youth to make drug dealing and trapping and things like that look cool, when in reality it leads to two things. And I've said it multiple times this stream. Unknown caller, you're not getting through. I said it multiple times this stream. Death or prison. And it's like they need, you know, the youth needs people. They need people who been in households like this where mom is dating. I'll let that be told elsewhere, but when I actually dropped the book that I've been writing, but it's just when I grew up around stuff like this. I'll put it that way. And this is just, I mean, no worries. It's one of the top mid-pronounced country or town in our state. In Texas, not sure if it matters, but I think Christopher was maybe living or attempting to live as a female. Huh. Interesting. Pickle Toes grandma, what's going on? Nice to see you, Pickle Toes. Let's have the Pickle Toes in the building. Speak Life Garden Homestead and permaculture. 951, what's going on? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? I think you need to pause. You got to pause the stream because we're ahead.
Wait, hold.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All you got to do is pause the stream and listen
Hello?
to me through the phone, and you'll be fine.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
It's kind of graphic, but I was just wondering. So, baby Fabian, will they take the baby out of Savannah's stomach? Like, will the family be able to see the baby, or how? Like, does that work?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't answer that because I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No,
what
yeah.
That's
That's because I see a lot of comments too on like Facebook groups, people asking. So
yeah, that's a good question for anybody who knows that. That's sad to think about.
I was just I know. I didn't want to ask, but I was just out of curiosity.
Oh wow. Man, it's okay. She hung up. You don't have to be you don't have to be nervous or get up, but I get it though. I appreciate you calling in. God bless you, man. Thank you. She was nervous after asking that. I get it though. She got nervous and shook on me. Don't do that. It's called coffin birth. It is called coffin birth. Stephanie said. Stephanie probably.
Know anything about him, but I mean, my daughter was happy with him.
She said she didn't really know anything about him, so who knows the extent of what she knew or didn't know about these activities. Kareem Pegues, you have such unique experience because you retired from the NYPD after many years of service at such a high rank, and your story I have mad respect for. When you were young, and you talk openly about this, you talk about it in your book. When you were young, before you went into the military and became a police officer, you were on the streets dealing drugs, and so you have a really interesting perspective of the dangers of it. And for anybody who might think, oh, I can dabble in this or be associated with someone dabbling in it or have a family member associated with it.
So, really? That's absolutely insane to think about. Baby being pulled out. It is insane to think about, but people do think about that shit. Will they pull the baby out? Will they? And they say it's up to the family. I see people in chat, a couple people in chat saying that. They will do an autopsy on the baby most likely, so they may give them the opportunity if they want to see him.
Oh my God!
I think I could. You said, I think if they've been found straight away, then maybe baby be saved, but not after 3 or 4 days.
These risks of fatal incidents are very, very real. Are they not? Would you speak to that, please,
Jen
Corey?
DC, welcome.
Oh, it's very real. Being in the street is either dead or in jail. So, I call an old drug dealer. If you got more than 5 years, then you're like ancient. Usually, if you're getting 2 to 3 years out there selling drugs, you made a little money, you better escape. Because now, cops are just using this thing right here. They're solving crimes very quickly. Let me just touch on one of the things the mother said. I was uncomfortable with her saying there was a normal relationship. Well, I don't know what's normal with her daughter being in this relationship with this known drug dealer. I think they had a domestic violence history.
Oh my God!
If I'm not mistaken. And you have to know what your children are doing. I remember when my 2 older daughters were teenagers and they wanted locks on the bedroom door. And I was like, you're not paying no rent. What do you mean locks on the door? You can't, no bedrooms have locks on them. And I used to put money in the dresser. So they knew that I was going through their dresser drawer or I was going through their book bag. Like, you have to know what your children are doing. So I don't think it's anything normal with somebody dealing with somebody who has a violent past and also assaulted.
Wow. And yeah, exactly, Tiffany. This police officer knows. Top right, he knows. And it just is, it's true. I'd rather be here with you all, everybody in chat. I'd rather be here with you talking about true crime and giving people a voice than being in the streets and dealing drugs and getting quick money. Not only am I putting bad into the world by doing what I just talked about second, but I feel better doing what I'm doing here because I'm putting back into the world. It's positive and I love it. I feel it in my heart, the passion, and that's why I love what I do. I love giving people the voice. I love going live and talking about these cases for the specific reason of this right here. To share the things that I've been through, and maybe I should go speak to youth like this and speak to the young youth that are living in households that are broken households. Which sometimes those broken households are hidden because the family is good at hiding the fuckery that goes on the other side of the door. I mean, you at 13, me and my mom were passing the bong back and forth and smoking bong rips together. Am I proud of that? Fuck no. Excuse my language. But let's just be honest here. Let's kick it. In reality, I'm thinking now, I'm 33 now, right? But back when I was 13 and smoking the bong with my mom and hitting the blunt with my mom and all that other shit, and she had her boyfriends coming around and they were drug dealing and they were doing all that type of shit. CPS was coming back to that house, CPS was always at our house when I was a kid, single digits. And they did great at covering everything up. And in fact, we were failed by the system. But it just is what it is. It's the truth. Hey, what's going on, Jennifer? What's going on, Jennifer? Can I call you from my line? Okay, I'm calling right now. Okay, here we go. Hold up. Let me call real quick. Here we are right here. Let's call our friend up real quick. So you got me for a couple minutes. We're gonna call up our friend Jennifer, ex FBI, who you've seen on the screen right here. We're gonna give her a call real quick. I want to see. Let's see what her thoughts are. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm a baby.
Hey there, you got me for a couple minutes.
What
I'm at
is
my son's
going
wrestling
on?
meet. Oh, I'm watching some serious high school wrestling, man. Crazy.
Oh wow. So, I was
These
just
people
watching
are
a.
vicious.
Is it vicious?
Oh, it's vicious. My son already has a black eye.
Oh wow. Dang,
Yeah,
tell him to
you
be
know what
safe.
happened?
Tell him to be safe. No.
Oh, he's not going to be safe. It's it is cutthroat.
It's cutthroat. It is cutthroat. Well, I hope he wins.
I hope he wins too. We'll see what happens here.
I hope he wins. Well, I appreciate you giving me a couple minutes. Thank you. I wanted to talk to you about the Savanah Soto. Savanah Soto.
Yeah.
I just watched your clip on Court TV, the 8-minute clip, and you were speaking on there with this gentleman above you. What are your thoughts now that with this arrest and everything out?
Well, I've changed a lot of my thoughts now that I got to read the affidavit. The affidavit wasn't available until after I did that appearance. And that affidavit, I don't know, between the affidavit as well as the truck vehicle exchange of that towel, there's somebody else in that truck. That I'm pretty convinced about. You should ask your viewers to take a look at that video really closely when the father reaches back. There's somebody that pushes, that towel that he uses to wipe down his print. Take a look at that. That's bothersome. And then secondarily, that affidavit, all we have is the word of Christopher Preciado. Well, Christopher Preciado is not exactly one we can trust. He says it was a marijuana deal. Well, he, I guarantee, got rid of any and all drugs that were at his house or that were involved, any and all cash or money, right? Look at it, all these days later. And so we don't really know what happened, to be honest with you. We know there's drag marks on Matthew Guerra, so that clearly states he was either in the front seat and got it in the head, and then they took him out and drug him to the back seat, which makes some sense because I think if it was one-on-one in an exchange outside of the car, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me that Christopher Preciado could get control of Matthew enough to get a gun right up on his head, and it was contact during the call.
Wow. I'm live, baby. I'm live. I'm talking to my friend, and we're live. What's up? No, I'm good. Can you bring me my milkshake? Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. So those are my recent thoughts. Again, after seeing the affidavit.
No, but with the affidavit, I read it all on stream earlier because I was wrong. I firstly thought that this was Savanah Soto's dad, the older guy.
No.
I was in left
No,
field.
no.
I was in left field, so I had to dig into PCA, go through a bunch of different, because I've only seen like 3 videos to this and read one article before I went on. But the whole time I thought that was her dad, and then just found that out that it wasn't. So, but in general,
yeah. No.
it just seems like she was. He obviously was dealing, right? He was obviously dealing, and I feel like maybe Chris went there to rob him. Or did it go bad?
I don't know. I mean, police are saying it went bad, right? A drug deal got bad, which you heard that. I think I explained that on court TV. That's when one of the two sides doesn't come with what they're supposed to come with, or decides to rip the other one, right? That's when somebody is not living up to their end of the bargain. But you know what I realized? They're just going off of what Christopher said. That's all they're going off of. So I think it's a real big problem knowing what really happened now. Was it a setup? Was he called over there? And that's how that gun got pressed on his head and he got killed so quickly. Then they took him out of the car, drug him, and put him in the back seat. And then she was already there, so then he kills her, right? You know,
Right.
shoots her to the head, no contact wound. They grab the baby seat out of the back, throw it in front on her lap, and now he's laying there in the back. You know, they say his pants were down or whatever. That isn't on an affidavit, so we don't know if that's true. But we also know he wore his pants really low. So all of that, if he wore those low pants with no belt, they could have just gotten sort of drugged down like that as a part of the transfer to the back seat. Now, we don't know this. I'm just saying that makes some sense to me. I just can't put my finger on how that was a contact wound. Unless he was sitting in the car and got surprised. If that's the case, is this a drug ripoff? Was this a setup? That affidavit only quotes Christopher. And law enforcement says they can't believe him anyway.
So, and then somebody had asked in chat, did you see today's press conference?
No, I haven't seen it. What'd they say?
There's some stuff that came out about the towel, and I'd have to go back and watch it again. I watched it at the beginning of this live. They said a lot of
What are
stuff.
they saying about the towel? Because somebody put that towel there. It looks that way anyway.
They didn't really say much. Cops want to see it as simple drug deal gone bad, to sum it up, but there is probably more. The father, son were dealers. Matthew was their seller. He probably didn't give them all the money for the drugs he sold and flashed it online. Yeah, I mean, he obviously was a target to people who wanted to commit robberies and get quick money, showing, pictures and stuff like that online.
I do agree with that, but look at how many do that. That's just part, as you may know, about just getting cred, right? You want to show off your money, your gold, your drugs, your guns. That's all. I mean, every gangbanger I know does that. Yeah. Most of us.
Yeah.
There are a few that are low key. A few, but that's par for the course. I find the whole thing a little confusing now in terms of a marijuana deal. They don't know it was a marijuana deal. And there's no way police are ever going to have proof because it's all gone.
And they found that gun too in the home of Christopher. That's what Adjusted Fate wanted me to tell you.
Yeah. Believe me, I believe that Christopher did it. Mm-hmm. They got the gun. I believe the father helped. I'm just saying the whole reason for the meeting to me is a little bit muddled. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to know the real reason that they met. In other words, I want to know, was this really a setup as opposed to a drug deal gone bad? If it was a drug deal gone bad, I want to see a lot more information and proof other than what Christopher said.
Right. That's a good point. That's not true. The biggest drug dealers are the ones who you don't know. Huh. Unfortunately, right by the border, this is rampant. Yeah, that And then did you hear about Ethan Soto, her little brother that was 17 or whatever, died before, like a month earlier?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. Know all about that. Again, he stole some. In that case, it was marijuana. Stole some marijuana. And then the person he sold it from set him up. Had a girl saying wanting to meet with him and came out and they murdered her. Yeah, so,
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, it's the gang life.
He was 15. The article I read said 17, so they messed up on that beautiful messy ball. But he was 15? Good God.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Just a young kid.
No, I read
Well,
an
that's
article.
my whole point. My whole point is that all around all of these individuals is the gang life. So that was my point, and I think a lot of people don't realize, how young that our youth are getting involved in this, and it's just really tragic. I mean, remember, Savannah was only 18 and already not, full term pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
What was she doing day in and day out? We know she was with Matthew, and we know what Matthew was doing day in and day out. I mean, they chronicled it. I definitely look at that picture, one of the last scene with them, where he's pointing the gun with the laser sight. So I'm not trying to say that they deserve any less empathy, because no matter what, we should be empathetic to young people who make bad decisions and who are murdered and die, especially one that had a baby inside of her. But I'm just pointing out the reality of how and why this murder happened.
Now, for somebody that knows law a lot, do you think that they're going to up this to a capital murder case against the father, with the father that helped? Or do you think that he'll just be stuck in there in limbo and just get charged with the abuse of a corpse, etc.?
I think there's more to come out. I wouldn't be surprised because remember, in other words, the charge that I would look for would be conspiracy, a conspiracy charge. And if he is a conspirator to capital murder, then he could also be facing life. So long story short, I think that law enforcement has a lot of work to do. Remember, they did an amazing job getting these folks arrested in a week. I mean, it's so hard to really understand what that means, how much work was put into that. Because you can't be wrong, right? You can't falsely arrest somebody. You've got to have the right people. So there's a lot more investigation to do, and I think there's going to be a lot more that comes out.
Now, yeah, because it's like he only got the abuse of the corpse charge, and it's like, did he just go there to help his son because his son was in a position and he made a mistake? Or, that part right there just blows my mind, that somebody is helping their son, to hide a body. That's just crazy to me.
Oh, 100%. I agree with you. 100%. That's the absolute wrong thing to do at that point.
If it was self-defense, what are you going to do, Jennifer? You're going to keep everything as it is right away and pick up that phone and dial 911. If it's self-defense and things went down and things went bad and you ended up fighting with a gun with Matthew or whatever, fighting with that gun, and you ended up accidentally shooting her and then shooting him, then you should have called the police right there on the spot, and you wouldn't be going through all this. And yeah, you'd probably be in jail, but
It's a joke. It's a joke. There's no way this is self-defense with a contact wound to the head. He made that up to try to explain away what happened.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
My whole thing that I'm trying to get at is, could this have been a setup from the beginning? Was it strictly he called him over? Was it a setup from the beginning? And Christopher came out and put that gun to Matthew's head and blew his, and shot him right there.
Wow.
Because it makes no sense to me how a guy that's big and tall, street guy like Matthew, could get in a position where he was going to be killed with a contact headshot, unless it was a complete surprise. And he couldn't fight.
Now, Tiffany says, does Jennifer think that there's reason for meeting could be revealed in their text communication and the police just haven't released that info? That's what I was thinking.
Well, in my experience, you don't see a lot of information about meetings like that. Like, it's not like, normal people that say, hey, let's get together and go to Starbucks. everything's coded. It's very short and concise because they realize that they're doing something illegal, so they don't want to talk all about it. So I don't know how much we're going to see exactly, and what we do see or law enforcement does see is going to have to be interpreted because it's going to be in slang and in code.
And my last question for you before I let you go, because I know you're at your son's wrestling and you got a lot going on. Do you think that somebody else was in this truck?
Well, again, I always caution everybody that, these videos can be confusing and deceiving depending on angles and when they're blown up and slow mode and stuff like that. But I'm going to say this to you, Rev. You can look, and that white wipe or whatever it wasn't there, and then all of a sudden it is. So they need to be talking to Mama, and I think they are.
A lot of people have been talking about that mom, and you just said that too. So that just, it's adding up. Allegedly.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be her, but I'm just saying somebody seemingly pushed that towel where he could reach back. You can see it all right there.
Yeah, you can definitely see the towel. I got the video up playing. I've been having it play for a while, and you could definitely see that towel, and they're wiping evidence down, etc. So they know it's bad, obviously.
Yeah, it's definitely consciousness of guilt whenever you wipe something down like that. So it's another piece of evidence they're going to use. But there's a lot more. I guess that's the final message that I would say to Rev. There's a lot more that law enforcement has, and a lot more they're going to get. I mean, I want to know, was he a prior customer? Was this a normal guy he went to? Was this a brand new customer? What was their experience together? I would think Sarah had a gun with him. I mean, you don't go to a drug deal without a gun.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of questions to be answered. My whole point is this is far from us really knowing what happened.
Wow. Well, Jennifer, I appreciate you taking the few moments that you had today to speak with me about this. I really do appreciate that. And I hope that your son wins. Let me know. I want to know.
All right.
Let me know
I'll
if he
let
wins.
you know. All the best to your followers.
God bless you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. You have a beautiful day and stay vigilant. Lock your doors.
You too. Bye-bye.
God bless. Shout out to Jennifer. I appreciate it. Jennifer called from Daphne, a good friend of mine. Thank you. I appreciate her answering a few questions, even on the spot. Damn, at her son's game, she's too nice. She's too nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get out of here for a little bit. I do have the Faro scan video dropping on the Idaho case. I have it fully done. And maybe I'll give you a sneak peek real quick. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I got going on, right? This was nice talking about this, and I'll revisit this. We'll revisit this. Let me go back to here. Let me find it real quick because I want to show you guys right about here. Here it is.
Good evening, ladies.
Nope, that's not it. Don't listen to me. No. That's not it. What is going on? Hold on, let me find it. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek real quick before I get off. Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is right here. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. I'm going to drop this. Maybe I upload it tonight and we drop it, right? Because I feel like you guys need the information that I found on the Faro scanning as far as the Idaho case. And I don't know why I can't find the video that I had saved right here. Where'd it go? Your house destroyed before Brian Koberger's. All right, so that's the Faro scanning one. Found it. I'm pulling it up right now. Here's a little sneak peek. Let's give a little sneak peek. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is T-REV, your host as always, and I promised you that I would do a Faro scan deep dive. Well, here we go. Today's focus is on Brian Kohlberger's trial in the revolutionary use of 3D laser scanners in forensic investigations. The King Road case involved a brutal crime where 4 college students were slain. During the investigation, 3D laser scanners were utilized to capture precise and extensive data of the crime scene. The technology used was instrumental in reconstructing this scene virtually. Now, let's break down the basics of 3D laser scanners. The primary goal is to capture more accurate and comprehensive data. The scanners can be set up in any environment, day or night, rain or shine. The device captures approximately 2 million measurable points per second, reconstructing the scene to a perfect 3D model. Here, we have a real crime scene, a shooting in a barber shop. All right, we'll leave it at that. There we have a crime scene, shooting in a barbershop. You've seen a little bit of that. I did some full research. I did a full deep dive on the Faro scanning and everything to expect in the Idaho 4 case. I will be live with that soon. As soon as that video drops, I think I'm going to have a live that comes out right after that. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. Shout out to the Rev Game family. I appreciate you guys coming by today and talking this case with me. Every case, all the emails you guys share with me. If you do need my email, type in chat, ! lowercase, all email. We got a lot coming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. That Faro scanning video, best to date as far as research, deep diving. It has all the answers for everything that we are going to expect as far as Faro scanning when it comes to the Idaho 4 case. So get ready for that video. It's going to be a very interesting watch and great conversation. Love you guys. Rev Game strong. You already know what time it is. And let me back up and get you guys a look at the you see it. You see it. Give yourself a round of applause. Love and light. Love and light, baby. Love and light. Don't forget it. Love and light. All right, here we go. This is how we ended off. You guys already know Rev Game strong, baby. We ended off with that hit song, Rev Game strong. 1, 2, 3.
I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
It wouldn't be the same with none of y'all by my side. You hold me down every day and it makes me strive. I wake up and look forward to doing these lives. A lot of y'all really came and opened up my eyes, and I hope I gave it back because it came with yours. No matter what they say, I know I opened up them doors. I brought a family together even though shit was rough. They tried to shut us down, but we really shut them up. No matter what, we stand together when shit gets tough. I wanna thank everyone for showing me love. The Rev Game family is something I cherish and love, and I'll smack anyone for fucking with us.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
No one making a voice to the voiceless. People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important. Rap game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will add up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta stop doing this.
Look, all my life has been neglection, so now I pick up the pen and use it as a weapon. Yeah, you can see that I'm affected. People getting killed for nothing but obsession. You need to look at your reflection and decide who you are. Stop acting disconnected. Got mothers killing kids. People kill to live. Well, I be on the mic, speaking how I live. Every day I wake up, it's another person that's dead, and YouTube has to solve it cause the law is failing kids. I'm disgusted at the evil in the end, and if you connect the dots, you'll see the vision in your head. Why do people die as victim to the streets? They wonder why I'm up all night and can't sleep. I'll be the voice for everyone who can't speak. L.E. failed Kylie and now Sammy is free. AWP did a good deed, and y'all be talking all that shit while they just do it for free. 16 days for 35 minutes. Y'all tried to throw them off and just wanna play the victim. Reaching out to YouTube channels for clout. I wouldn't check it. TV if I went in your house. And NSF investigate, stay sending out the hate. Why you mad at Doug and Nick for finding Kylie in the lake? Make it make sense. You're a fake bitch. You were there for money and now you're mad over fake shit. And that's something I can't relate with. Zero emotion from the mom on the statements. All I seen was the devil in her eyes. Tony died, you're a fake. I can see it through your lies. Got Sammy on your stream like the FBI. You've been grooming little kids. I can see your whole disguise. It get mail calling Ronnie up on the line. Why you lie to the people and say you gon' do it live? Santa May out here looking extra sus. Got an arrow on the ground pointing towards Kylie's truck. Then you want it coming up church. I think your butt hurt. You tried to blame the man for your dog but couldn't find the dirt. I guess that's what they mean by the trucky way. If you step foot in the town you might die from foul play. And I don't know what to say, but I can feel it through my soul. She didn't drive in LA. So y'all can try to go convince somebody else, cause I'm not falling for that shit. The autopsy really smells.
See, let me explain what I'm talking about, man. And you know what I'm talking about. No water in the lungs. Y'all test for the weirdest shit. I guess it is the trucky way.
You gotta stop doing this.
I mean, I really guess it's the trucky way, man. Kylie Rodney needs justice.
Medication, I'm too nuts, too bugged out. Stay celebrating with human blood in my cup now. Try to erase me, end up in the boneyard, which is a backyard to my YouTube funhouse. Killer be killer 187, your whole crowd. Saying that the reason a bunch of ho-ho-hos now think they gifted. Trying to change their image, even if you make it, it don't make a difference. You, oh, you a rap god? That's perfect, I'm a rap. Even if you major league, there's a minor issue. If you big time and then why be little? Once upon a crime, we was there with you. Then you bailed after you made bail. All about bars, but this ain't jail. Don't ever question unless you giving interviews. I don't got time to waste on petty interludes. Already forgot where you came from. Bitch, I'll smack your roots back into you. Already forgot how I came up. Then I suggest don't bring my name up. Lord knows ain't nobody safe, but I'm about to blow the fucking safe up. They say I play too rough, I'm too dangerous. Last guy's last words to me was, hey, what's up? Now they know I play too rough, I'm too dangerous. If you can't take the hand, you take the grave I dug for you. I'm too adrenaline rush, I get thrilled more by every kill. Now I'm too say what's poppin', it sure as hell ain't no pills. I'm far too I done gave them all chills, still ain't got none. I get more fire and fire for special guests like an episode of Hot Ones.
It's apocalypse and T-REV snatching all of your confidence. With dangerous, I got the strap on my hip. If you poppin' shit, I open up the dipping box, releasing all the demons. With some dragons on this mic with all this fire that will breathe. I'm back now, all my competition about to get laid out with a smackdown. Scripts be claiming I suck, but I don't give a fuck, cause you never see me back down. Never known it, straight from the gate. Fuck all your problems and all of your hate. People be talking that shit, but never have the courage to say that shit to your face. These boys are frauds, they dick hopping like lonely broads. One day they love you, the next day they want you gone. Feel the pain, cause they never really were friends. We're dangerous, that's how you drop a bomb on a chin.
They say I play too rough, I'm too dangerous. Last guy's last words to me was, hey, what's up? Now they know I play too rough, I'm too dangerous. If you can't take a hand, you take the grave I dug for you. I'm too
You took my motherfucking family away and got the nerve to say you did it as a single mother. You let your pride get in the way like we don't need each other. Deep down inside, I really think you wanna see me suffer. Deep down inside, I do believe you wasn't competition. You said I left, like really though, like it was my decision. That shit you did was out of line, but we ain't gotta mention. You like to talk, but just enough that you ain't gotta listen. I'm out the picture and the kids think it's picture perfect, because you told them all our problems when it wasn't working. And then you held that shit against me when I wasn't working. For what it's worth, it's nothing worse than feeling like you worthless. I know it's hurting every time I'm thinking about my daughter, cause she don't know how much her dad is really in the corner. Because she only value love from all the shit you bought her. And she don't know what love is, and that's the way you taught her. It's like I'm being tortured. You took my family away. Took my motherfucking family away. You took my motherfucking family away from me. Took my motherfucking family away. You took my motherfucking family away and got the nerve to say that I'm the one that's narcissistic. Being an independent woman, yeah, it's all terrific, but you don't understand the problem when the father's missing. I got so much I wanna say, but gotta word it right. Leave it to Facebook, we all live a perfect life. The perfect kids, perfect house, and the perfect wife. But let's not talk about the times when they heard us fight. The only thing I really want is my son and my daughters to understand no matter what, I'ma be a supporter. But they don't understand the role of a man is important. I bet none of my kids got me in one of their portraits. I can't force it, but of course it feel really bad. The first time I heard my daughter say she hate her dad, I'm disappointed though, I ain't even really mad. I watched you throw it all away, everything we had, and it's fucking sad. You took my family away. You took my motherfucking family away. You took my motherfucking family away from me. Took my motherfucking family away.
Bad bitch with a little bit of flavor, savage, got a little bit of anger. I'll put that dot on your back like a laser. Throw up the deuce, now I'm chucking in fingers. Light up a blunt, I'ma write me a banger. Smoking that gas and it's loud so it lingers. Wearing my dream for my life on a hanger. I'm not a queen, I'm a young entertainer. Baby go crazy, he coming up next. Draw up the lines and I make him connect. Upcoming star, got a S on my chest. Watch how I jug and I flex and finesse. I'm killing these bitches and making them feel it. Shout out to Joey, my brother, the realest. Taught me the game so I know how it goes. That's how I know these hoes ain't killers. I got these hoes all in they feelings. They want beef and I don't want beef, but if you take shots, little bitch, don't miss it. This ship goes down, you go with it. Rev up like a new car engine. Swear he's the one and I'll always be with him. Me and my man on a get money mission. You could just call me the get money vixen. 2 shots in 1 shot, won't miss it. 1 shot like Tupac, who did it? 2 bags spent, no case, no mention. 3 shots set, you drop, I'm with it. Willing and dealing and making a killing and murder whoever it take me to get it. This time I'm in it to win it. You coming for mine, I'ma make you regret it.
A lot of people claim no heart in these streets, but ain't never been about it when it comes to this beef. Homie talks about the guns until there's one in his cheek. Call me Dwayne Wade, the way I run with the heat. Me and my baby been some beats. Cut the can open cause I'm
serving a beat. It's like you cut my feet off, I'm never looking at defeat. It's like I'm running down the track after cooking at a meat. I've been snapping on these mics like a turtle from a creek. I see people talking shit, but is he really bout it? They say the dog that barks the loudest isn't really rowdy, so I make them tap out. Ronda Rousey, talk fly to my girl, I throw him off a balcony. Homie, talking slick on some beef shit. Hard behind the keyboard, but soft on some street shit. Hop up out the whip and crack his skull to the meat drips. I've been living in the streets, I've been flew off the deep end. You better refer to me as a vet, making rappers go to sleep like a dog looking at death. They call me Busta Rhymes the way I'm breaking your neck, or I can make it ludicrous when I roll you out in a stretch.